And we are back. And unfortunately, our New York Knicks are off tonight. They are on their way to Minnesota to play the Minnesota Timberwolves. But we don't go anywhere. We remain here, and we will be watching the Charlotte Hornets take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I'm hoping for a good game. I hope you guys are hoping for a good game. Cleveland Cavaliers have been feisty. I mean, the Charlotte Hornets have been feisty. Cleveland Cavaliers struggling as of late. So I'm expecting these two teams to be somewhat pretty evenly matched up. Let's start the show. We are back. We are back. And look, I get it. It is no New York Knicks taking on the Miami Heat. It's no big extravaganza game on today. Sometimes we got hitters, sometimes we don't. But either way, like I said, I do think these two teams are somewhat matched up. So I'm excited to watch LaMelo take on Donovan Mitchell, especially the way the Hornets have been playing. They are on their way up. Charlotte Hornets on their way down, unfortunately, losing 2 in a row to Chicago Bulls in a back-to-back situation. That is rough. That is a rough outing for the Cleveland Cavaliers as of late. As I believe they're only one game over 500 at this point, which is not where you want to be, is how I'll phrase that, right? They are 15-14 on the year. The Charlotte Hornets won, I believe, 3 of their last 4, and they're 9-19. I could be wrong about that, but they're 9-19 right now. Not entirely out of that 10-seed play-in push area if they can win a couple of games in a row. Kay Hayes said, I thought you banned bad teams. No, I didn't ban bad teams. I ban unentertaining teams. And the Charlotte Hornets are not in, they probably are a bad team, but they are not unentertaining. There may not be a whole lot of defense being played tonight, but there will be a whole lot of fun scoring, I will say that. The teams that get banned here on the Sheffy Show, they are the live at the line, hacking and whacking away, no highlight reel type of teams. They are the teams that are just very boring to watch. They play very boring games, whether it's a just very simple style of basketball or a style of basketball that relies heavily on shooting a ton of free throws. Those teams I find very uninteresting to watch. That's why the Lakers are on the ban list. That's why the Magic are a little bit on the ban list as well, unless they're playing a really good team. Got teams like the Charlotte Hornets, while they may be bad, they are fun and entertaining to watch, especially if they're playing a good team like the Cleveland Cavaliers, in which the Cleveland Cavaliers are a good team. But like I said, they're sitting at 15-14. They just lost 2 in a row to the Chicago Bulls in a back-to-back situation. So I would say these two teams are on pretty level playing field right now as of late with no Evan Mobley. Donovan Mitchell will make his return back to the lineup tonight. I think these two teams match up pretty decently. Daniel Berry Sports, now Dimitri was popping everybody. But we will start with the away team. This is in Cleveland. We always start with the away team's best player. And today, that is LaMelo Ball, who has been hooping, believe it or not. This counting stats, efficiency, statistics, actually up for LaMelo. I know you look at them now and you're like, that's what LaMelo averages? I feel like he should be averaging a little bit more than that. And he probably should. He's not having a very good year overall this year. I mean, he's still under 40 from the field and only 31.5 from three-point range. Can't round up for you on that one, big dog. That's rough. That is a rough shooting percentage from the floor there. I can't even really make up an excuse for it. My man just has terrible shot selection. He has terrible shot selection. Look, I wrote down here, LaMelo's time in Charlotte is going to start winding down if he doesn't show some level of maturity and improvement to his game. Especially when you have a guy like Con Kneppel, who we will get to, playing the way that he's playing, who's looking like a cornerstone. It's like, okay, let's move off LaMelo. Let's get some pieces. Let's get maybe some draft capital. Let's start building around Con Kneppel and Brandon Miller. And we'll go from there. Because obviously leadership on this team, in this organization, is looking to win basketball games. And as talented as LaMelo Ball is, if he's not helping you win basketball games in whatever year he's in, 5, something like that, he was part of the 2020 draft, the COVID draft. He was part of the 2020 draft, so he's in year 5 now. So it's like, where is the winning coming from? Because they have been pretty much the exact same team for his 5 seasons so far. It is not a good look for LaMelo. Not a good look whatsoever. He's sitting at 19.2 points, 5.6 rebounds, 8.6 assists, with 3.5 turnovers. So, again, that is the threshold I'm at for high usage ball players. But when you combine 3.5 turnovers with this level of efficiency, there is no making up for it. There's none of it. Just Dead. What's up, Just Dead? A few teams on the no-watch list. Only a few teams. I want to try to give every team a chance. The Memphis Grizzlies right now are on a no-watch list. Like, if Oklahoma City was playing almost any other team, I think we'd probably stay up and try and do the doubleheader. But playing a Memphis Grizzlies team with, by the way, no John Morant tonight, Zach Edey now out, and Jaren Jackson Jr. trying to lead the way with Cedric Howard and them boys, that ain't a game I'm interested in watching, right? So, unfortunately, the Thunder, unless they're playing really good competition, are also on the ban list for most nights. Pacers on the ban list, unless they're playing the Knicks, because not trying to watch bad basketball right now. Daniel Tilson, what's up, Daniel? Sucks from the three-point line. I mean, he's a good shooter. The issue with LaMelo is he's a good shooter. He takes terrible shots. He takes one-legged fall-away jumpers out of bounds with like 18 seconds on the shot clock. Like, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. That's not a shot you can be taking. Like, can you shoot that in a pickup game and make it at a pretty decent rate with not a lot of defense being played, with not a lot of stakes of it not being like you're not getting paid to play pickup games? Yeah, you can take that shot. You can take it. That basketball's fun. You can have fun with it. When you're in an NBA game and you're down by 15 and you take a one-legged fall-away three from the wing with 18 seconds on the shot clock, like, at that point, I'm looking at you like, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing? Right? So, Danielson said he has not stepped up. Not at all. Not at all. I think he seems very content right now with the way things are of the team just losing. He seems very content with losing. Doesn't seem like it bothers him one bit. And I think at some point you want to see your star get bothered if the team is not playing well. He's put no pressure on this organization to actually step up and try to make this team better because he's pretty content with losing, and so they don't have to really push the red button all that often. Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? We get over to Brandon Miller, who was their lottery pick. Is this his second year, 2 years in a row? Two seasons ago, 2 drafts ago? Brandon Miller, coming back from the injury, similar to LaMelo Ball, the efficiency is horrific. The turnovers are bad, especially considering he's only giving you 3.6 assists as a main ball handler. It is not looking good. He's been back for a while now from the injury, so I can't even say, yeah, he's coming back from the injury, he's warming up. He's just really struggling to find his rhythm right now. I understand that they're not a bad team. I understand they're not a good team and they're a bad team, but my goodness, was the promise of Brandon Miller last year, like, okay, he's going to go into his sophomore year and he's really going to find his way and it's going to be really important, a really important step in the development and the progression of this team. And that just hasn't been the case. It's going to sound like I have a lot of negative things to say about the Charlotte Hornets team, but it's really just the two main guys where you look at them sideways and you go, is that all you're giving me this year? Like, you're giving me 37% from the field, 32% from three-point range, 18 a game? Like, you're taking a lot of shots to get to that point, man. Like, we need more. We need more. David Osh Jr., what's up, David? I heard Brunson and OG out tomorrow. I know Brunson is out. I thought I saw OG as questionable, but maybe he's also going to be out, probably going to be out, which, it is what it is, unfortunately. It is. Daniel Tilson said, our boy runs and dropping 47. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Just that said, anyone seen that little girl who had the Brunson doll and took pics before the game? Adorable. 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 Joseph, what's up, Joe? We get over to Colin Sexton, who I believe is out. He is not playing today. He's really important for them as one of the more veteran guards on this team who could actually run a little bit of the offense. His competitiveness is both a positive and negative, but they're not going to have any of it tonight as he's going to be out today with an injury. We get the Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges is their wild card. You never really know. I call him a jack of all trades and master of none type. He can do a little bit of everything, but he's not all that consistent and great at any one thing. Still gives you 21 a game, 6 boards, 3.7 assists. There's a little bit of everything. 1.6 turnovers. Not even bad. Half a steal, half a block. A little bit of everything. Just a little bit. Just dipping his toe into the pool of being a really dynamic contributor on both sides of the ball. 43% from the field. Not very good, especially for guys of his size and his position. 32, I'll round up for you, big dog. 33% from three-point range. Not good enough. The inconsistencies on this team is the thing that holds them back the most. And I think it really starts with your star and looking at the leader of your team and the point guard. So, unfortunately. David Osh Jr. said, Kolek, big chance tomorrow. Big chance. He's going to be in the starting lineup with McBride out. With now Brunson going to be out tomorrow. No Shamit. I don't even know who's going to be backing up. I guess Jordan Clarkson, right? I guess Jordan Clarkson's going to be backing up Tyler Kolek as the backup point guard, which is, a rough state of affairs for the Knicks. But we'll see how they pull it out. I've been very impressed with the way they've played, thinking, like, the Indiana game. And I know Indiana's not good, and Minnesota is really good. They're just coming off a game in which they beat the reigning champion Oklahoma City Thunder. But I don't know. I have a decent feeling going into that game. It's going to be an uphill battle. Don't get me wrong. They could still get blown out, missing Brunson and OG, two of probably the three most important players on this team. So we'll see. Just that said, funnily enough, I think Brunson was very bad by his standards in two of those of these three games. NBA Cup MVP, game-winning buzzer beater, 3 on the road against the rival, career high at MSG against the rival. Yeah. David Osh Jr. said, sign Dink Pate and bring him up. Not a bad idea, brother. Not a bad idea. If I was in charge of the front office, I'd be advocating hard. I'd be like, let's bring Dink Pate into the mix here, right? But I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they have the space to kind of do it. I think they would have to probably move off of Kevin McCullough or Trey Jemison. I think they like Trey Jemison, so I think they're going to keep him around. They'd have to move off of Kevin McCullough or Tosan Mboma in order to sign another guy. They drafted Kevin McCullough, so there's some faith in that guy. So I would expect if they ever decided to bring Dink Pate up, it would be in the place of Tosan Mboma. That's the Knicks are listing OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson, and Gershon Yabusele as out. Oh, so Anunoby's already listed as out. Yep. McBride and Shamit also remain out. Dadier is out because he's on the G League. Yep. Joseph said Knicks got the Timberwolves tomorrow. Oh, that's going to be an interesting matchup. Well, they're going to be missing a lot of guys, Joe. So I don't know how interesting it's going to be. Obviously, it's going to be interesting in the sense that the Knicks will be undermanned going up against a really good Timberwolves team, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Again, I've been pretty damn impressed with the way this Knicks team has played against competition in terms of playing up to a matchup. So even with guys out, I'm gonna trust Mike Brown, his rotations. I'm gonna trust the guys on the bench. I'm gonna trust a guy like Karl-Anthony Towns to step up. That said, Cat better go for 75. Yeah, look, he's coming off a game in which he scored 2 points. So I'm really looking for him to step up in his next game, especially in the scoring department. We're going to get over to Grant Williams. No, we're not, because he has not played so far this year. It's weird how long it's taking. I'm not entirely sure what the injury was. I think it was an ACL. But was it this deep into the season that he tore his ACL? Seems like he's been out for a really long time. Joseph said, I trust the Knicks even without Brunson for sure. Yeah, I'm going to be really interested in it. And speaking of big opportunities like Tyler Kolek is going to have tomorrow, Trey Mann, big opportunity with Colin Sexton out. Ever since they went into this year, Trey Mann last year distinguished himself as like a true sixth man, like a guy who can come to the game and give you good contributions and get buckets and whatnot, a Jordan Clarkson-esque type of player. This offseason, the organization went out, the Charlotte Hornets organization went out, and they signed a bunch of younger guys. They drafted Con Knipple. They brought in Colin Sexton, and it was like, okay, there really isn't a ton of space for Trey Mann anymore, especially with the returning LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller back from injuries from last year. He hasn't had a ton of opportunity. He's seen his minutes slashed, and because of that, he's seen his production slashed. The efficiency has come down significantly, 8.8 points per game, 2.8 rebounds, 2.7 assists to 1.9 turnovers. 2.7 assists to 2 turnovers as a guard is a rough spot to be at. 36% from the field, 30% from three-point range is not going to get it done. Again, he's going to have some opportunity here. There's clearly just punting the game for rest, which I think is a good idea. Anyone with eyes can see how gas the team was, how gas the team has been since the NBA Cup. Hopefully, McHale and Cat play limited minutes as well. I said that against when they played Indiana, and you know what? They played regular minutes in that game, most of those guys, Brunson, Bridges, and Anunoby, as they rested Josh Hart and Towns. I think it's going to be a similar situation where I think if you're playing somewhat regular minutes, if not maybe a little bit reduced, but I don't think they're gonna sit them too long. But yeah, I think it's more so than anything just kind of a rest day. I mean, they listed Jalen Brunson as injury management, so like doesn't really have an injury, so it's really just rest. Just that's a rest off a dominant performance for JB, and more importantly, playing time off an absolute stinger for Karl Anthony Towns, giving him the green light against his former team in Minnesota to get back on track. Like the idea. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good time. It's a good time. Obviously, I'd prefer if we could have our guys play every single game, but with the way the NBA schedule is, you're obviously going to prioritize them being healthy for a playoff run than game, whatever it's going to be, 28, 29 of the regular season, which, if you can name me game 28 of last year, then maybe I'll take your opinion about, they should play all 82. Name me game 29 of last year. You can't, because none of it mattered, right? None of it mattered. You can name me game 1 of the playoffs last year in which they played the Pistons. You could tell me probably in pretty decent detail about every game in the Pistons series. Probably tell me about almost every single play in pretty good detail in the Boston series. Same in the Indiana series. You can't tell me a single thing you can't even tell me the team they played. You can't tell me what day they played on. You can't tell me what team they played in game 29, game 34, game 41. Can't tell me a single thing about those games. You know why? Because ultimately, it didn't really matter. CEO King, what's up, CEO King? Because that's a started the rail, bro. It's a Hornets versus Cavs matchup, brother. You're good. You're good. We got 28 people in the chat tonight. Most of y'all, I assume, are probably going to be Knicks fans. But we'll get to it. We got time. We got 20 minutes. No rush. We get over to Con Knipple in the running for Rookie of the Year with the way he's playing. Probably, to some, he's leading. He's leading the case for Rookie of the Year. 19.4 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, 3.6 assists for Con Knipple. Very impressive statistics for him. 8 steals, 0.8 steals, 0.3 blocks, 2.5 turnovers. A little high, but rookie, you get a pass for your rookie year for 2.5 turnovers to 3.6 assists. You get a pass, right? Not a very good team. Not a ton of options in terms of other ball handlers with the chaoticness that is LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller being as inconsistent as he is in his second year. 2.5 turnovers for Con Knipple is fine. It's not super detrimental. Obviously, you'd like that to be a little bit lower, but not a big deal for a guy who's still working on his ball handling capabilities and whatnot. And being on a young, really chaotic Hornets team here. 47% from the field. This is the most impressive part. 47% from the field, 91.5% from the foul line, 41 from three-point range as a rookie is damn impressive. My goodness, Con Knipple is coming to this league as if he's a 7-year veteran, as if he's entering his prime, as if he's oh yeah, I do this every day. I hoop. This is what I do. He is in the running for Rookie of the Year with his former teammate, Cooper Flagg. Both guys played at Duke. It's always crazy to see Cooper Flagg come into the league, and obviously it took him a little time to adjust, but has been dominant so far in the NBA after that adjustment period. And then to see Con Knipple also come to the league and pretty much from day one kind of just be a really good, really consistent, high-level player. And then have both of those teams on a college team last year and those guys not really make it that far in tournament. Did they make it? Where did they go in the tournament? I can't even remember. Did they make it to the Elite Eight? Make it to a Final Four? I know they went decently far, but not that far, right? Daniel Tizzen said Duke player will win Rookie of the Year. Yeah, it's pretty safe to say Duke as a program will be taking home a Rookie of the Year accomplishment that they could add to their list. The Fleas, what's up, Fleas? Proficient. Oof. I mean, proficient and proficiently efficient with his efficiency. That's for sure. They made it to the Final Four last year. Makes sense, but they didn't win it all. And they have two guys who are in the running, top two by far, for Rookie of the Year this year. I think at this point, VJ Edgecombe, as good as he has been, as good as he is a pretty distant third from these two guys right now. Not too far behind, but I think they are definitely locked in at the top two right now. David House Jr. said, yep, Yabu, Dadier, 2 second rounders for Saddiq Bey. I think Saddiq Bey is probably going to go more for that. Go for more than that, David. Unfortunately, I think Saddiq Bey's stock is only rising with the way he's been playing lately. Con Knipple's been great. Mason Plumlee, they are without rookie Ryan Kalkbrenner. So Unless he's playing. He's out on the court warming up right now. Is he playing? Oh, no, that's Liam McNeely. I believe he's out today. I could check real quick right here on ESPN. Kalkbrenner, he's out. Yeah, he's ruled out. He's not playing. He's already not playing. Sexton's out. Kalkbrenner's out. And obviously Grant Williams is out for the Hornets. So without Ryan Kalkbrenner, they're going to lean more on Diabate, who is probably going to get the start. And then Mason Plumlee is probably going to play, unless he's not available. I believe he's available. I believe he's still on the roster. Mason Plumlee is going to play. Probably should have even checked. He's still even on the roster. He's played so little so far this year. I mean, look at these stats. Do we have to go over anything? 1.6, 2.7, 1.2. He's barely played so far this year. I didn't even put his age up here, but he's old. 35 years old. Mason Plumlee. He is past the point of like being a good. David Hodge Jr. said Dylan Harper, great rookie as well. He did get off to a really slow start, and he's starting around into form, so he hasn't really entered that conversation fully yet. He's like a distant fourth behind the really top three guys. I mean, Derek Queen is also there, so I'd put Derek Queen ahead of Dylan Harper. This draft class is just stacked. There's so many good players on this draft class. I always forget about Derek Queen because the Pelicans are terrible, but hold on. Pelicans winning a couple of games recently. They are now 7-22 on the year. They're playing Dallas tonight. That would have been an interesting game to watch. Just to watch Cooper Flagg and Derek Queen go at it, but I don't know if that would have drew a big crowd if I streamed Dallas versus New Orleans, but we'll keep track of it. You know, we'll at least get to watch a little bit of the beginning of that game as our game tips off here at 7. That game tips off at 8, so we'll get a little bit of it. Mason Plumlee, I mean, look, he's the only real center on the roster right now. Even with Kalkbrenner, he's kind of the only real center on the roster who's been doing it long enough. But he's rim runner, hasn't really played this year. Don't have a lot to go off of. Ace Bailey as well. Ace Bailey's been solid. Not to the level of like entering that conversation. He'll probably be second team all rookie. How deep this rookie class is. Maybe he'll sneak into first team if the season continues to go the way that it's going. But we'll see. We'll see for sure. Tidjane Salaun, one of my favorite rookies drafted two drafts ago. And he was not playing well, but holy leap for Salaun. I mean, looking at the counting stats, it doesn't really look like it. 7 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 0.9 assists. But look at the efficiency. The thing that has always held him back was the fact that he would get some playing time, spot minutes here and there, and he wouldn't be able to knock anything down. He was over 50% from the field and 47% from three-point range right now. My man cannot miss. I think it started that game. The Knicks played the Hornets, if you guys remember. Salaun came out and he had like 14 points in that game or something. The Knicks eventually blew them out, so it didn't really matter. But he had like 3 threes in that game. He was like 3 for 5 from three-point range. I think that was the moment where he really started to turn things around and maybe he gained some confidence. But holy leap! I've always really liked Tidjane Salaun. Maybe it's just because of the athletic gifts that he has. Like he's 6'9" with a long wingspan. He's got good broad shoulders. It looks like he could add some strength. He came in like shooting it from 3, like confidently being like, this is a part of my game. So I'm really just intrigued at the way he's playing. I'm actually excited to watch him play today. Hopefully he has a good game. Just Dad said Knicks versus Rockets finals. Your thoughts? I don't see the Rockets making it to the finals. I think their lack of a point guard is going to hurt them the most come playing time. Unless they make a deal, I don't see them as a true finals bound team. Not with Denver sitting there. Not even with San Antonio sitting there the way that they're playing right now. Not with obviously Oklahoma City in the way. I think it's more likely, in my opinion, we see Houston upset in a playoff round, losing to a team that maybe they shouldn't, than making it to the finals. And Ryan Kalkbrenner is the last guy I would normally want to talk about here with the Hornets, but he is not available tonight. He will not be playing with an injury. So we're going to move on over to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we got a plethora of injuries to discuss with the Cleveland Cavaliers, starting with Donovan Mitchell, who is going to play. He's listed as probable right now. I do believe he's going to play. He sat out the last game against the Chicago Bulls with, actually, I don't even know what injury it was. If I can look right here, it tells me that it was an illness. He's listed as day-to-day, but probable for the game here tonight. They have not, I don't believe they've stated whether or not he's actually playing, but I do believe he will. But we know what Donovan Mitchell can do. You can look at the counting stats. He kind of is who he is at this point in his career. The biggest issue is that Evan Mobley hasn't looked all that great. Darius Garland has been in and out of the lineup with this toe injury. And even when he has played, hasn't looked all that great. And then Jarrett Allen just looks like a shell of himself right now. I was like, who's the fourth guy? Jarrett Allen just kind of looks like a shell of himself. And so it's kind of a lot on Donovan Mitchell's shoulders right now to just kind of prop up a team that just isn't getting enough from the other guys right now. Right? Like last year, he got a lot of praise for sort of letting go of the reins of the offense of like he has to control everything. And it's like, okay, I'll give the ball to Garland. I'll go stand on the wing. I'll be a ball mover. I'll up my assists. I'll do whatever you guys need me to do. And it led them to acquiring the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. And that was great. And he rightfully so got a ton of praise for it, Donovan Mitchell did. And then this year, kind of tried to do a similar thing. Like, yeah, it worked for us, and we got injured in the playoffs, and that's mostly why we lost. So let me do it again. Let's do it. And then Garland didn't start the year. Jarrett Allen was invisible. Evan Mobley struggled out the gates, and Donovan Mitchell suddenly found himself putting the team on his shoulders again, being a go-to scoring guy, not really worried about too much about passes. But either way, the counting stats look good. The efficiency looks great, and yet it feels like he's not really helping his team win basketball games regardless. So something's got to give here. Evan Mobley is out today. Unfortunately for him, he will not be playing. Unfortunately for the Cavs as well, he will not be playing because he's a huge part of not just their offense, but pretty much the backbone of their defense. Darius Garland will be playing. He has been in and out of the lineup this year. He is now kind of firmly in the lineup, but sometimes playing well, sometimes not with the toe thing. Every now and again, he makes a move to the basket and then comes up limping, and then the rest of the game is off. So not sure if he's 100% healthy. Actually, I highly doubt he's 100% healthy. What's up, Stir Show? Hornets roll over the Cavs tonight. It would be a fun, interesting matchup to see the Cavs get rolled over by the Hornets here. But 15.5 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, 6.5 assists. He's had a couple of really, really big games since I updated these graphics for the Cavs, because we did a game with them 4 days ago, so I didn't feel the need to have to update it just yet. But my goodness, is this not good? 36% from the field, 28 from three-point range is just not good enough. And again, this has probably risen to maybe 33-ish, 34%. As a matter of fact, I could pull it up here just to double check because it has been a while, and he has been playing better. The biggest issue with a guy like Darius Garland coming back from the injury and not playing the way he needs to play. He's up to 17 a game, 3 boards, and 6.5 assists. But the efficiency, if they're going to show me the efficiency, they're not going to show me the efficiency. Here we go. Now the efficiency is down here. Darius Garland is shooting 38% from the field and now shooting 32% from three-point range. So it has gone up. There's not a whole lot. And that even the new percentages, just not good enough for Darius Garland, not good enough for the Cavs. Not propping up the offense enough. And without him, guys like Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen really struggled because he's a really, really fantastic playmaker. And those guys really struggled to get easy looks without Darius Garland out there feeding them. Joe's dad said, the land, if I was a Cavs fan, I would want what they're wearing for my lady. Point guard Darius Garland had a season-high 35 points and 8 assists in his most effective game of the after offseason toe surgery. Yeah, he's been playing better. He has been playing better. The issue is that it just still has not been enough. And speaking of not being enough, Jarrett Allen. I don't know what happened to Jarrett Allen. He's made an all-star team in his past. There was strong consideration of him making another all-star team last year. 14 a game, 7 boards is just, I don't want to call it pathetic because it's fine. Those are fine averages. Like, Wendell Carter Jr. is kind of averaging similar to this, and I feel like Wendell Carter Jr. is having an awesome year, so I guess it's just up to expectations. He just feels invisible most of the time when he's out there, right? Like, he's not being impactful as a rim protector, 0.8 blocks, which is fine. Block shots isn't the biggest indicator of rim protection, but my goodness. The Flea said, what happened to bro? He was so tough last year. I don't know if we're talking about Garland or Allen. At least Garland has the excuse of the toe injury. Jarrett Allen, I don't know what the excuse was. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know if he's just not locked in. I don't know what it is. He's obviously the biggest, the guy who is affected the most with Darius Garland being out with the injury, because he and Darius Garland have great pick and roll chemistry, and without him, it's kind of the way he gets his baskets out of the pick and roll. And he's really, really struggled since then. It kind of feels like I'm being really negative in this pregame because we were a little negative about Charlotte, and then we're being pretty negative about the Cavs here. The Cavs one is a lot more noticeable because they have dropped a couple of games recently, and they're now hovering around 500 for a team that had the best record in the East last year. This is not a good look for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We get over to DeAndre Hunter, who, similar to a lot of the other guys on this team, just not doing enough. 30% for three-point range. This is a team that set records in three-point shooting last year with their efficiency, and this year can't buy a basket. They are really missing a guy like Max Strus, but Max Strus shouldn't be the end-all, be-all of how efficient they can be from three-point range, because it's rough out there right now, right? Like, you look at the counting stats, and just these three numbers look fine. Good for DeAndre Hunter, for a guy who, when Max Strus eventually does come back, apparently he still has no timetable for return, but when he does eventually come back, it should send DeAndre Hunter back to the bench for a sixth-man role, which is probably when he's at his best. And these stats are great for a sixth man, but not all that great for, your third go-to guy, on some nights even your second go-to offensive guy with Evan Mobley out now. And 30% from three-point range is not going to cut it for a dude who doesn't have great ball handling capabilities and settles for a lot of jump shots. Like, you can't be a 30% three-point shooter at that point, right? Doing a lot of self-creation without the ball handling of Darius Garland. With him back, it's been a little bit easier for DeAndre Hunter, but just still not, again, like most guys, to the level. And Max Strus right now is just kind of being looked at as the savior for the Cavs, because it's like, hey, if we could just get Max Strus back into that starting lineup, man, he's really good at a lot of things. It's not just the three-point shooting, it's off the bounce, it's the movement, it's the threat of Max Strus out there, right? Like, sometimes Steph Curry is so effective as a basketball player even later into his career, not just because he can still shoot the lights out of the ball, but because of the threat of him shooting the lights out of the ball is enough to open up lanes for everybody else on the team. So the threat of Max Strus being out there will help open up lanes for Garland, for Mitchell, for guys like that to attack the basket, give space for Evan Mobley to operate in that mid-range post. And without him, they just don't have that threat because, like we went over previously, DeAndre Hunter is not the guy to replace Max Strus with. Went over to Lonzo, and similar to Jarrett Allen, similar to a lot of guys on this team, has really disappointed. I mean, I love Lonzo. I know some of you guys really like Lonzo. I think we are kind of rooting for Lonzo's success after the injuries that he's dealt with and coming back with the replacement knee surgery. Not replacement knee, but whatever it was, like replacement ACL surgery, whatever it was. I don't even remember. But either way, kind of after a 2-year injury hiatus, coming back to the league, it was really fun, really exciting. He looks like has zero confidence in his offense right now. Can't buy basket from three, which is supposed to be the thing he could at least do, is knock down an open three. Can't even do that right now. 26% from three-point range is rough. Under 70 from the foul line. Under 30 from the field. My man is barely even taking two-point shots anymore. Even when he gets to the rim after attacking either in transition or on the fast break, maybe even in the half court, and he gets all the way to the rim, he's still looking to kick it out. He has zero confidence in an offensive game. 5.6, 4.6, 4.8. I mean, these two things are things he's always consistently done well. He's always been a pretty good rebounder for his size and position, pretty good playmaker coming into the league as a point guard, but with the injuries piling up the way that they have, it's just not super impactful, and it's obviously also hurt his defense, not the lockdown defender that he was previously, and the Cavs kind of went all in on him being their big offseason acquisition, and it has not worked out for them whatsoever. Just that said, this might be the worst quality slate of NBA games and matchups all season so far, especially on account of how many games there are on the schedule today to be crap. Yeah. I mean, we can go over in a second here before we get to the tip-off, because we still have we only have like 2 minutes, but we'll get there. Dean Wade, solid 3-and-D dude, but like everybody else, can't buy basket. This is honestly what it's coming down to with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They need a guy to knock down an open shot, and they don't have them right now. I think the leap Dean Wade has made on ball as a defensive player is really nice, but it should complement his offensive capabilities, and it has not. It's taken away from it for some reason. Dog Catcher, what's up, Dog Catcher? Larry Nance Jr., I believe, is out. He's still out. Cleveland has a ton of injuries. Is Dean Wade playing as well? Dean Wade is playing. Larry Nance Jr. is out. He will not play here on Monday. Still a calf strain. Still going to remain out. Jalen Tyson has been super important for this team because he's actually a guy who's been knocking down shots for them. It's kind of been him, Donovan Mitchell, a little bit of Evan Mobley, and now a little bit of Darius Garland as he's coming back from the injury. But everybody else is like, where are you? As a matter of fact, we'll get to a guy now where it's like, hey, there he is. But Jalen Tyson, 13.1 points, 5.7 rebounds, second-year guy, kind of not came out of nowhere. They took him. They had expectations for him. He's actually part of the rotation. I think they're really excited and happy about that. That's a big development for them, especially considering how poor Lonzo Ball has been. Not that they're the same kind of player, but same size, can kind of fill a similar role. It's just rough. It's just rough for Jalen Tyson. Just that's at Plumlee starting. It's a good thing we had him in the player graphics then. Just that's in Magic versus Warriors would be worth a watch maybe in Florida. The thing about the Magic is they're without Franz and they're without Suggs. And I think those are their two most important players on that team. Sam Merrill, who had missed the last couple of games, is actually going to play today. He's been out with a hand injury, 14 a game, 44% from three-point range. I think this has gone down a little bit to like 41 or 42 maybe. Either way, over 40 from three-point range. We know what he is. He's a marksman from three. This is what he does. Like we talked about with Steph Curry and Max Strus, just the threat of him being out there should help this Cleveland team mightily. They need a threat from three-point range, and Merrill should be able to provide it. And he is the last guy we're going to talk about here in the pregame rundowns. We're getting to it here. They're finishing up their player introduction. So real quick, let's go around the league and see the kind of slate of game we have. Like Justice Dead was saying, not the greatest slate of games, right? Not the greatest slate of games. I do think this might be the most entertaining game we have available to us tonight. We have the Hornets versus Cavs, which is what we're going to cover here tonight. Have Pacers Celtics. Do we want to watch the Pacers after they've dropped 3 of their last 4? Not really. Mavs Pelicans, battle of the bottom in the West out there. Although the Mavs and the Pelicans have both been playing a little bit better as of late. You get Jazz Nuggets. You get Jazz Nuggets. Do we really want to watch the Jazz? Not really, right? Not really. And then you have, on the late game, you have Grizzlies Thunder, which I think would be, if fully healthy for the Grizzlies, a fun, interesting matchup, and we would have stayed up to watch it. But no John Morant, no Zach Edey. You're really just going out there with Cedric Howard, the rookie, and Jaren Jackson Jr., and that's kind of it. That's kind of it. Like we talked about with Magic Warriors, is the late game. No Franz, no Suggs, and I think those are their two most important players. And then you have Pistons Blazers, also as a late game, which is fine, which is cool. I think that's a fun, tough matchup that's out there on the West Coast for the Pistons, so it's an uphill climb for them. Trailblazers are a fun, feisty team. They play hard. I just don't know if they're a big match for the Pistons here tonight. So go ahead. Let's get to our game cast here. Let's get things set up. LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Con Knippel, Miles Bridges, and Mason Plumlee in the starting lineup for the Hornets. Darius, Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Tyson, Dean Wade in for the injured Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen in the starting lineup for the Cavs. Third show said Warriors Magic is going to be the game of the night. I don't know. I think the Warriors have not been very good as of late. They're an average team. And no Franz, no Suggs makes the Orlando Magic a pretty average team. So, I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to that game. I'm not going to lie. Hopefully it's a good game, but I don't have a ton of confidence in it. All right, here we go. Their show said, not so good Warriors equals the Magic, even match. Pretty true. Pretty true. Here we go, getting ready for the tip. I think a not so good Cavs team is a pretty even match for this Hornets team. Battle for the loose ball off the tip. It's going to stay with the Cavs. Here we go. That's one way to start the game. The Cavs do have those cream school jerseys out. Here we go. Now we're into it. Jalen Tyson has it up top being guarded by LaMelo Ball. They get over to Donovan Mitchell being guarded by Con Knippel. I don't know if I'd want to put the rookie on Mitchell. Mitchell leans in. And then a travel on Donovan Mitchell as he got caught in the air, ran right into Brandon Miller. Good defense from Miller. And Mitchell turns it over. Trying to wave it off. But that's a bad turnover, Mitchell. A bad turnover. And here comes LaMelo Ball and the Hornets bringing it down the other way. Ball has it up top being guarded by Garland. They get it over to Miles Bridges being guarded by Wade. And hands it back off the ball. Garland on ball, I don't know. Interesting. They hand it off to Miller. Miller being guarded by Dean Wade. Steps back for a three. I think they're going to live with him shooting those shots off the bounce, considering the way he shot it so far this year. Here comes Garland pushing it the other way. Garland up top, coming to right off of Jarrett Allen screen. Pocket pass to Allen in the lane, loses the handle on the ball, but they do call a foul, I believe, on Mason Plumlee. Should send him to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Strus said, not so good Cavs team is way worse than LaMelo-led Hornets. LaMelo has not been all that good this year so far, big dog. So I do think they're somewhat even with a bad Cavs team against a already bad Hornets team. Jarrett Allen knocks down the first one. And our first point of the game scored on free throws. Never really a good sign, not going to lie, when the first point of the game scored on free throws. And Allen goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Here comes LaMelo bringing it down. This is a Peacock game. It is a nationally televised game. It's a streaming game. So I'm expecting these guys to play somewhat hard for it to be somewhat of an entertaining game with a lot of eyeballs on it, right? LaMelo has it up top. Part of the reason why we also decided to do it. LaMelo step back 3 over Garland, got it to go. I don't like the Garland matchup on LaMelo. If there's one guy you don't want to get hot, it's a LaMelo Ball here tonight. To put Darius Garland on him is just giving him the green light to do so. Garland out of the right corner looking to answer, and he does just that. Okay, now back and forth. Both teams going at it. Both teams knocking down shots. LaMelo bringing it down the other way, being picked up by Mitchell. Coming to his left off a double screen to get it over to Brandon Miller, being guarded by Jarrett Allen on a switch. Going to look to hesitate and take him off the bounce. Crosses over to his right, slips, picks up his handle to kick it out to LaMelo Ball. Quickly fires over Donovan Mitchell, and LaMelo Ball's got it going early. Fading out of bounds, hit it. Could be a LaMelo Ball type of night. Prime Optimum. What's up, Prime? Con killing it. He is. Darius Garland trying to answer, and he does just that. Okay. It's going to be LaMelo versus Darius Garland. Both of them have knocked down back-to-back threes here against each other. LaMelo up top, coming to his left off the Plumlee screen, throws a lob of the Plumlee, who guides it through the basket and draws a foul on Donovan Mitchell. Okay, we're hooping now. Now we're hooping. We're tied up at 8 with Plumlee going to the foul line for one more. Plumlee, with one of the worst free throw forms I've ever seen, knocks down his free throw. Jay Hammer, what's up, Jay Hammer? Here comes Darius Garland bringing it down. Crosses over to his right on Miller, putting his head down, attacking in the lane, stops in the air, throws up at the basket, and draws a foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. It's a little bit of anything you can do, I can do better type of offense for both sides. One team knocks down a 3, the other team responds with a 3. One team gets to the foul line, the other team responds by getting to the foul line. Like we talked about, pretty evenly matched team so far, right? Garland knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Oh, I forgot. This is Lonzo versus LaMelo here tonight as well. Lonzo should be amped and ready to go. Jeff Brown, what's up, Jeff? Garland knocks it down both free throws. Ball bringing it down. Being guarded by Garland up top. I like that they're sort of guarding each other. LaMelo coming to his right off a Plumlee screen, steps back, swings it out to Miles Bridges, driving it down on Tyson, putting his head down, attacking, flips it up with the right hand, can't get it to go, but a foul on Tyson. Okay. They're allowing a lot of ticky-tack contact. They're not allowing any ticky-tack contact so far, which is a little concerning. You don't want to see this turn into a foul fest. You want to see them play a little bit, right? Allow them to play a little bit of basketball. But Miles Bridges is at the foul line for 2. Knocks down the first one. Got another one coming. We're tied at 10. Plumlee does miss the second. Bridges misses the second free throw. Plumlee picks up the offensive rebound and throws it over the head of LaMelo, and it goes out of bounds. So it's going to go back to the Cavs. A terrible pass from Plumlee. 9:30 to go here in the first quarter. Outin, what's up, Outin? What's Donovan Mitchell doing? He's kind of out there not doing a whole lot right now. It's been Darius Garland and LaMelo Ball show. He does have a turnover. Mitchell gets it into Allen. Hands it off to Garland. Garland quickly fires a 3. He's feeling it. Comes up short on that one. LaMelo Ball clears with the rebound. And then hit ahead to Miles Bridges. They try to get it to Brandon Miller. A bad pass from Miles Bridges. Garland able to pick it off. They shove it over to Mitchell. Left wing three in transition. Got it to go. And there's Donovan Mitchell's first basket of the game. And it's a little bit of a three-point fest. This is exactly what Cleveland wants to do. Knipple driving it down. They get over to Miller up top the ball. Being guarded by Jalen Tyson. Coming to his left off a Plumlee screen. They show two. One-legged jumper. Got it to go from three-point range. LaMelo playing schoolyard basketball right now off the one leg. Got it to go leaning forward. Here comes Mitchell. He has it up top. Coming to his right off the Allen screen. Being guarded by Knipple. Mitchell off the handoff from Allen. Puts up another three. And gets another three for Donovan Mitchell. 16-13. It has been a three-point party so far. My goodness, these teams are just throwing it up there. LaMelo dancing with it against Jalen Tyson, coming to his left, sidestep three on the left wing. Oh, I was about to pop off, but he comes up short on that one. Dean Wade runs down the rebound. Here comes Garland bringing it down. In and out dribble, pulls it out, shovels it over to Mitchell. Right wing three for him. He can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball. Bridges able to pull it down. Throws it over to LaMelo. Bringing it down. Throws a lob up to Brandon Miller. Catches, lays it up and in. My goodness, what a perfect pass from LaMelo Ball. We never questioned his talent. Just question how locked in he can be on a night-to-night basis, but he looks like he is ready to go here tonight. Allen spins in the lane and gets the lefty layup to go. Nice pocket pass from Donovan Mitchell there for the rolling Allen. 18-15 with 8 minutes to go. Never restarted the timer. My bad. We're a minute behind. 18 minutes to go. Ball trying to drive it down. Gets stripped by Jarrett Allen. Mitchell throws the pass fake, drives it in, loses the handle, gets fouled. Got bailed out on a foul call. A terrible fast break for Donovan Mitchell. They're doing way too much. He caught it, threw a pass. He caught it, and before he dribbled, threw a pass fake to Jarrett Allen, and then dribbled it down, and then threw another pass fake to Jarrett Allen, tried to hit a Euro step, and then tried to go reverse up and under just to get to the other side of the rim. He luckily got bailed out by the foul, so he's at the foul line for 2 free throws now. So Fleet said, Melo's entertaining, I will say that much. Yeah, I mean, that's why we're watching it. That's why I decided to watch it, because I was like, you know what? If anything, the Hornets are fun and entertaining to watch. They don't play a whole lot of defense. They don't win a whole lot of games. But they're gonna make sure the crowd leaves having a fun time. Mitchell knocks down the first free throw. Prime said, what the heck is Khan doing? He's just kind of standing around right now. I mean, LaMelo's got to go until the ball is in his hands. It is not really touching anybody else's hands unless LaMelo is passing it for the assist. He is looking for his shot right now. JLV said, first quarter over 58.5 looking good. I mean, the way these two teams are shooting right now is looking great. Melo with 9 points already, all 9 coming from the three-point line. Darius Garland, he's trying to match him. He's 2 for 3 from the three-point line for 8 points. He's gotten to the foul line as well for the other 2 points. Donovan Mitchell with 7. He's hit 2 threes. Jarrett Allen with 4. Tyson and Dean Wade have barely touched the ball. Plumlee has barely touched the ball. He is now going to sub out. Brandon Miller, 1 for 2. Knipple has really barely touched the ball. Same with Miles Bridges. Again, this is the LaMelo Ball show so far to start the game. That's a Peacock lagging for anyone else? I haven't had any issues with it so far, but I don't really love the Peacock stream they have going on tonight. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug Fresh? Jay Hammer said, I'm okay with him getting an ADP's be like Kobe. Doug Fresh, salute to all Knicks fans. Yes, sir. Salute to you, Doug. Salute to you. JLV said, I bet for Darius Garland to make 3 or more three-pointers. He's already got 2. I think you're on your way because, he's feeling it. He is definitely going to start jacking him up for sure. I think it's a pretty good chance he hits at least 1 more. I think that's a good bet. I think that's a pretty good bet to hit right now. Jeff Brown said, I wish my boys had a good record for Thursday afternoon. Oh, the Cavs. I forgot, Jeff. You're a Cavs fan. That's true. True. See, I remember, Jeff. I remember. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate what's happened with the Cavs so far. It really is. I was hoping that was going to be a more entertaining game. It still might be an entertaining game, but with no Evan Mobley, with the Knicks team that is playing the way that they're playing when healthy, they're going to be resting a couple of guys. tomorrow against Minnesota, probably preparing for that Christmas Day game. You know, obviously on Christmas Day, you want to put it on a show. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Just that said, health is key. Load management stinks. We got to do it when you've got 7 games scheduled in 14 days. Yep. I mean, you know, it's just a completely different sport than what was played back in the day. I know it drives some people crazy hearing about load management and players taking games off. But, you know, sometimes you need it. Rio Will, what's up, Rio? Allen said LaMelo 14 points. He's already up to 9? So I think 14 points is a little bit of a lock right now for sure. Mitchell at the foul line. We're back into it. And he knocks down both free throws. Under 8 to go. And here comes LaMelo. They get it over to Bridges. Bridges gets it over to Knipple. Knipple being guarded by Tyson. Coming to his left. Driving it down in the lane. Little pull-up jumper in the paint. Got it to go. Terrible defense from Jalen Tyson, who just allowed a straight-line drive. Got right into the paint and knocked down the little 8-foot pull-up jumper. Donovan Mitchell gets it over to Garland. Garland leaves it off for Mitchell. Coming to his right for screen. Putting his head down. Attacking. Steps back. Lobs it into Jarrett Allen. Catches. Turns. Flips it up with the left hand. Rattles it in for Jarrett Allen. Nice pass from Mitchell to feed the big man inside. Clearing out space. And no big men. No real big men for the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo driving it down. Puts up the floater. Comes up short. Jarrett Allen had the rebound and lost it. But that's because he's fouled by LaMelo. No real big men for the Charlotte Hornets here. I mean, they started Plumlee. Now they have Diabate in the game. And I like Diabate a lot. I do. He's just not much of a big body to match up with Jarrett Allen tonight. At least he shouldn't be. Sam Merrill coming back into the game for the first time in a while. He is back in the rotation after missing some time with a hand injury. Garland has it up top. They're running a horn set, so he crosses over to his left, coming off the Allen screen, driving it down, throws a lob up top to Allen, gets knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it's out of bounds off of the Hornets. And we got 7 minutes to go. Garland will inbound it. Get it into Hunter, coming to his right. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Shoots up an air ball. My goodness, DeAndre Hunter, brother. Hit ahead to Knipple. Pump fake. Swings through to his right, down the lane, kicks it up top. Extra pass, Zion James. Tagging down, hesitation move, kicks it up top to Bridges. Good ball movement from the Hornets here. A 3. Can't get it to go for Miles Bridges. Jarrett Allen secures the rebound. Hit ahead to Garland, and Jarrett Allen turns it over. Knipple hit ahead to Zion James for the easy one-handed dunk on the fast break there. Here comes Merrill bringing it down. Merrill gets it over to Hunter. Hunter being guarded by Zion James. They get it over to Merrill. Quickly fires a 3, feeling it. Comes up well short. Rebound careens off the side, and nobody is able to grab as it goes out of bounds. So it'll go back to the Hornets here. Allen said Donovan 24. I mean, Donovan makes sure he gets his points. High Vibe. What's up, High Vibe? Very generous donation from my man. Very generous super chat from my man, High Vibe. He says, Chef, your favorite Hornets fan is here. Thank you for doing this game. Happy holidays, bro. Happy holidays, High Vibe. Happy holidays, man. Appreciate you. We are approaching the halfway point here in the first quarter. Knipple up top, coming to his left. Swings it over to James. James attacking to his left. Off the bounce, leaves it off for Knipple. Left wing 3 over Garland. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Hunter able to pull it down. Now here comes DeAndre Hunter. Head to Garland. Garland bringing it down right side of the court. We're now past the 6-minute mark. Garland crosses over, stops, steps back. One-legged follow-away jumper off glass. Can't get it to go. Miles Bridges with the rebound. He's shot out of a cannon, bringing it down the other way. Bridges in the lane. Stops, leans in, all the way to the basket. Lefty layup. Got it to go. Good manipulation from him. 22-21. 5:40 to go here in the first. Garland bringing it down the other way. Has it up top, being guarded by Josh Green. Josh Green is in the game. Coming to his left. They swing it out to Merrill. Now back to Garland. Garland up top, coming to his left, off a Hunter screen. Inside the Hunter, rolling to the rim, throws up a floater, gets blocked. Nope, they call a goaltend on Diabate. He got up there to get it. I don't know if that was on the way down. I think that might have been a clean block. I don't know. That might have been a clean block to me. Jeff Brown said, so glad Merrill is back. You need somebody who could hit a 3 consistently, right, Jeff? You need somebody who can threaten the court from three-point range. Because your best shooter is not shooting it all that well this year. With Garland, with Donovan Mitchell not even all that great from 3 this year. What, 37, 38%? We went over it. We'll see it. Knipple coming to his left. They get it out to Zion James. Coming to his right. Attacks off the bounce Jarrett Allen. He gets tripped up by Jarrett Allen, so it's going to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. Just that said, Carmelo had 0 and 2 assists in his games. Brunson had 8 last night. Jalen Brunson is the third player in Knicks history to have 45-point games with 0 turnovers, joining Melo, who did it twice, and Allen Houston, who did it twice. And Melo, in the games that he did, he had 0 and 2 assists. Yeah. I mean, different league back then, but still. Zion James at the foul line misses the free throw. Strus said these Cavs uniforms are awful. They're not good. They're not good at all. I don't understand there's been a lot of teams we've watched recently where we catch them on nights where they're wearing their city uniforms and playing on their city courts. I've liked only a handful of them. I think a lot of them go way too far with it. Like, this court is like super bright. I don't like it at all. It looks like Charlotte's courts. Charlotte sometimes rocks a little bit of that bright orange. Miles Bridges at the foul line. He missed the first free throw. No, Zion James at the foul line. He missed the first free throw. The camera's just locked in on Miles Bridges for some reason. Lonzo comes into the game here. Jeff Brown said Garland is going to start to get back to his old self. He's already on his way, right? Been playing pretty well as of late. Last couple of games have been some of the more encouraging games he's played, for sure. Just that's it. Peter Patton a ring this year. We got to get Peter Patton a ring this year for sure. I mean, the work that he's doing, man, he's working overtime. He got Josh Hart right. He's getting Mitchell Robinson right now. James does at least knock down the second free throw, knocking it back to a 2-point game, 24-22. 5 minutes to go here in the first. Garland quickly driving it down the other way, kicks it out to an open Hunter on the left wing, and Hunter knocks it down. That's a good sign for DeAndre Hunter there, struggling from three-point range so far this year. Shot up an air ball, his first shot of the game, so that's a good sign for him and the Cavs. James has it up top, trying to direct some traffic, gets it over to Concanipo on the right wing, swings through to his right, tagging the baseline, but nope, he steps on the out-of-bounds line, ball going back to the Cavs here. Garland quickly trying to push it the other way. They get over to Thomas Bryant, who's subbed in. Now over to Merrill. Merrill swings it over to Lonzo. Down low to Thomas Bryant in the post against Concanipo. Leans in, steps through, flips it up the left hand, banks it in for Thomas Bryant. Here comes Bridges quickly pushing it the other way. Hands it off to Knippel. Coming to his left. Attacking and draws the foul on DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter playing defense with his hands and not his feet. Strus said, would you rather look like Lonzo Ball or LaMelo Ball? Lonzo. I don't like the tattoos LaMelo has. I think he took it too far. He took it too far. Once you start encroaching on your neck area with tattoos, that's when I'm out. Not a fan of the neck tattoos. Trey Mann is in the game. And they get it up top to Diabate. It looks like the Cavs are in a little bit of a zone. Sam Merrill comes up with a steal. Merrill leaves it off for Hunter. Down the lane, Hunter scoop layup. Got it to go past Diabate. And now suddenly a 9-point lead has been built up here for Cleveland. 4 minutes to go. Here comes Trey Mann bringing it down. They get it over to Miles Bridges being guarded by Merrill. Up top the man. They swing it around in the corner. Josh Green, a three. Got it to go. Josh Green, big-time shot for him. Feel like he hasn't been a part of the regular rotation as of late. It's a big shot for him. Get it up top to Merrill. They swing it over to Hunter, attacking off the bounce to the basket. Kicks it out. No foul call as Josh Green hit the floor. They get it back to Hunter. He smokes a layup. Battle for the rebound. Man knocks it loose. Diabate picks it up. Quick outlet to James. James is running the other way. Pulls it back out. Good defense from Merrill to stay in front. They get it over to Mann. Mann is going to look to dance. They get it over to James. Pump fake. Now pulls it all the way back out. Coming to his right. Crossing over. Off a Diabate screen. In the middle of the lane. Stop. Leans in. Goes up against Thomas Bryant. Flips it up at the rim. And he gets a nice soft bounce off the front of the rim. And he gets it to go down. And it's suddenly back to a 4-point game. Here comes Cleveland, bringing it down the other way, looking for an answer. Hunter crosses over to his left. Mitchell is back in the game. He crosses over. That's who it was. They get it out to Merrill. Merrill a three. In and out, can't get it to stay. Diabate, the rebound. Here comes Miles Bridges. Bridges has it up top. Dancing with it against Sam Merrill. Clearly, they're looking to pick on him a little bit here. Backing him down to kick it out. Trey Mann, a deep straightaway three. And he knocks it down. It's a 1-point game. And a timeout from Cleveland here. Every time you think Cleveland maybe you're going to start pulling away, here come the Hornets. Rick James, what's up, Rick James? This guy's a great commentator. Appreciate you, Rick James. Appreciate you, brother. Sergio said he could be a movie character. LaMelo? Probably. He's just growing the hair out again. Judge that to the Winter Olympics this year, and it's a tragedy that basketball is a summer sport there. Yeah. Judge that said Cavs getting 40 to start this. I mean, they got 31, 2:43 to go. 9 more points in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Can they get it? Sure they can. Only 3 more to threes, and the way they started shooting the game, we'll see. Jay Hammer said, clock? 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go, brother. I got you. We're locked in. We're locked in right now. Jared Show said Hornets 9.5 plus is free. I mean, with the way the Cavs have been playing, definitely. Win to Tuna Studio. What's up, Win? Your prediction, Pelicans versus Mavs? The Mavs have been playing pretty well. So have the Pelicans. Pelicans do have Zion back as well. I'm going to go the Pelicans on that one. I'm going to go the Pelicans. Why not? I like shoes. What's up, I like shoes? Did the Cavs fall off? Why is this close? I know it's the first, but damn. They did. They did kind of fall off. They're 15-14 so far this year, which is a far cry of where they thought they would be this season. Not a good season at all for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm sure there's a lot of frustration boiling over, but they have dealt with a ton of injuries. First, Garland misses the start of the year, and then they do finally get Garland back, and then Evan Mobley goes out with the injury. Even when Garland did come back from the injury and was actually playing games, didn't look 100%. Jay Hammer said, game of runs if Cavs go on a run at the end. It is a game of runs. We just saw Cleveland go up by 9. We saw the way LaMelo opened the game, knocking down 3 straight threes. So it is a game of runs. We'll see who takes the advantage here tonight if there is an advantage created. I hope it's a close game all the way through. Ray James says, I got Cavs 380, 180 380 over 100 for the money line, and I'm sweating bullets. Can't be sweating bullets in the first quarter, brother. You guys see how the game progresses. You have to wait to sweat them bullets till we get to the fourth. All right, here we go. We're back into it. Mitchell gets it over to Merrill. Merrill gets it back to Mitchell. Mitchell being guarded by Trey Mann. They're showing a trap in the backcourt. But Mitchell now has it up top. Dancing with it, crosses over down the lane, gets stripped, out of bounds, and they're going to give it back to the Hornets. Good defense from them. Too much ball handling from Mitchell. Here come the Hornets bringing it down the other way. Trey Mann on the right side of the court being guarded by Mitchell. In and out dribble. He slips and falls to the floor, loose. And there's a battle for it. They're going to give him the jump ball. It is going to be a jump ball. No timeouts called. Trey Mann just slips on the court and falls. Just lost his balance. Speaking of doing too much for Donovan Mitchell previously, Trey Mann doing a little too much there. I like Shoes says, I don't know. It's anyone's game, it looks like. Yeah. The Cleveland wins the tip. They hit ahead to Hunter. Hunter has it on the right wing. Josh Green picks him up. They swing it over to Lonzo. Lonzo swings it back to Hunter. A right wing three for him. Way off. Barely hits the rim. Far too strong. Home run pass from Bridges over to Diabate. They swing it back around. James over to Bridges. He fires a three over Over the Cavs, can't get it to go. Diabate, the offensive rebound, though. Swings it out to Mann. Mann pump fakes down the lane. Throws up the floater. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Mann with the rebound. They kick it out to Josh Green. Flies to the basket. Gets blocked by Thomas Bryant, but a foul is called. It's going to send Josh Green to the foul line for 2 free throws with 1:45 to go. Indecisive Hats. What's up, Indecisive Hats? Who y'all think is winning? Well, it is, I know for a fact that Cleveland is winning because it's 31-30. I don't know. I think the Hornets could end up winning the game as Josh Green misses a free throw. R. Jones, what's up, R. Jones? Diabate out here doing strictly cardio. Get this bum up the court. He just grabbed a couple offensive rebounds, brother. This is Joel. That's his role. He's out there to rebound. Green does at least knock down the second free throw, tying it up at 31 right now. 1:45 to go here in the first quarter. Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. Mitchell up top being picked up by James. Coming to his right off a Hunter screen. Tidjane Salaun has subbed in. Battle for a loose ball, and a foul is called on Diabate being way too physical and aggressive, jumping that passing lane. Indecisive pass said, is this the first quarter? It is the first quarter, my brother. We are in the first quarter. Early in the game here. And both teams are now in the bonus, hacking and whacking away. So DeAndre Hunter will get 2 free throws. Just that's a jinx the Cavs so far. I don't know. I think the Cavs have been jinxing themselves as of late. Hunter knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming, giving the Cavs a lead. About 1:30 to go here in the first quarter. Hunter goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. 2-point lead for the Cavs, 33-31. 1:30 to go. Zion James bringing it down. Has it up top, being guarded by Hunter. And it looks like the Cavs are in a 3-2 zone. They swing it over to Salaun. Pump fakes, driving down to the rim, goes to the basket. Lefty layup, got it to go. We talked about the lead that Tidjane Salaun could be on as of late, playing extremely well. Very efficient basketball. Donovan Mitchell, a deep pull-up 3, can't get it to go. Not a great shot from him. Salaun able to corral the rebound over the back of Merrill. Here comes Knipple bringing it down. Crosses over to his right against Hunter. Stops, turns, spins. Kick it up top to Mann. Mann directing traffic. Dancing with it. Pulls it back out as Merrill switches onto him. Shot clock winding down. Pulls it back out again. Crosses over to his right. Pocket pass to Diabate. Down the lane. They swing it around. Knipple. Left wing 3. Good ball movement. And it leads to the open 3 for Knipple. Giving Charlotte a 3-point lead. 36-33. Here come the Cavs bringing it down. Donovan Mitchell has it up top. He's going to hold it up top for some reason. Just play basketball, Mitchell. There's 45 seconds to go, brother. Go. Why are we just standing there? Donovan Mitchell directing traffic, calling out a play. Coming to his right off a Hunter screen. Pulls it back out. Salaun switches onto him. Mitchell dancing. Stops. Pump fake. Spins. Fall away. Can't get it to go. $1 million move, 10-cent finish. Good defense from Tidjane Salaun to not give him an angle to the basket. Forced the fade away there. Here comes Trey Mann bringing it down the other way. Mann has it up top. There's about a 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Mann being guarded by Lonzo Ball. Going to wind down the clock as much as he can. That's why Donovan Mitchell winding down the clock the way he did made no sense to me. Terrible clock management. Trey Mann crosses over, down the lane, scoop lay with the left hand, can't get it to go. Diabate battling on the glass, can't grab it. Mitchell has it. Hit head pass to Lonzo. Lonzo stops and pops a deep one. Can't get that one to go, and that will be the end of the first quarter, 36-33. Hornets lead by 3 there. Susan, what's up, Susan? Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Audin Balangu? What's up, Al? Bro, Lonzo Ball, I only need 2 points first quarter. You didn't get it. You didn't get 2 points in the first quarter from Lonzo. Did not score there. Did not get it there. DeAndre Hunter, 9 points. Mitchell with 8. DeAndre Hunter somehow finding a way to lead this team in scoring so far tonight. He's 3 for 6 from the field. Tossed up a couple of really bad looks, though. 2 air balls he's thrown up so far tonight. Lonzo took 1 shot, and that was the heave at the end. 0 for 1 from the field. 0 points. Sam Merrill. Missed his 2 3-point attempts. He's got 0 points in his return. Need Merrill for 8 points. Fat boy Mar. Merrill for 8 points. I mean, he could get hot at any point. Can he hit 3 threes tonight? Probably. We're with History Facts. What's up, board with History Facts? Hey there from the Netherlands. What's up? Never seen the NBA, so I thought I'd get into it. Well, welcome, brother. Welcome. Ask any questions you have. I'll very happy to welcome a new fan of basketball into the into the community, big dog. Leading scorers for the Hornets, or leading scorer for the Hornets, LaMelo with 9. Hit the 9 threes early in the first quarter. Didn't do a whole lot after that, and then got taken out of the game. We haven't seen him since. He'll probably start the second quarter. Fat boy Mars said, need him to lock in. Who are you going for again? Merrill? I think he'll lock in. I think he's coming back fresh off the injury, a little rusty. Let him work himself into the game. DeAndre Hunter matched LaMelo for most points scored in that first quarter, 9. 3 boards for Jarrett Allen, 3 assists for Garland, which is nice to see. Garland also scoring 8 points in that first quarter, including 2 threes. Student said, who should we be backing to win? I don't think it really matters. I don't think it really matters tonight. I think you can kind of root for whichever team you like. Mostly because if we go to the standings over here, nobody is really hovering around the Knicks in terms of conference standings. Get some of these ads out of here. In terms of conference standings, nobody's really standing around the Knicks, which is my favorite team, if you guys don't know in the chat. 20-8, the Knicks are. Closest team are the Boston Celtics, who are 3 games behind them in the standings. So not much to worry about there. So if we're watching the Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Charlotte Hornets are all the way down here at 9-19. They are completely out of the playoff picture. Cleveland up here in battling to stay in the playoff picture and get out of that play-in situation. But I don't even really think it matters. Because if the Knicks lock up, at the very worst, a 2 seed behind Detroit here, they would be playing the 7 seed, which I guess it matters. Considering the Knicks will be in contention to probably be playing Cleveland or Miami at that point. But still a lot of season left to go. Here we go. We're back into it. Lonzo straightaway 3. Can't get that one to go. Plumlee with the rebound. Here comes Knippel bringing it down. Knippel has it on the left wing. Coming to his right off a double screen. And a loose ball foul is called on, is that Diabate? No, that's Naquan Tomlin for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Has come into the game, picked up a loose ball foul. So Miller will inbound it. The Hornets are out there as Lonzo jumps the passing lane, gets the steal, gets it over to Thomas Bryant, leaves it off for Tomlin, goes up, can't get the layup to go. Home run pass. Here comes Miller, gets it over to Ball, extra pass, Knippel, right corner 3, and Knippel gets it to go down. It's now 39-33. A 6-point lead is opened up for the Charlotte Hornets. They swing it over to Naquan Tomlin. They're going to give him that corner 3, and he's going to make them pay by knocking it down. Awkward-looking shot from him, but he got it to go. I gave 3 points to the wrong side. My bad. It's 36-39. Salaun gets it over to Miller up top. Miller being guarded by Tomlin. Miller dancing with it. Coming to his right, crosses over to his left. Ball knocked out of his hands. He has to go into the backcourt to recover it. Bringing it down now. Being guarded by Hunter. Coming to his right of the Knippel screen. Driving it down as Mitchell switched on to him. Coming to his left now. Stops. Good defense from the Cavs. They swing it out. Knippel has to fire with the shot clock winding down. And he rattles it in anyway. Knippel getting it to go. My goodness. And I took away all of Charlotte's points for some reason by accident. My apologies. It's 42-36. Cleveland swings it over to Tomlin. Another 3 from him. He can't get that one to go. Here comes LaMelo Ball bringing it down. Ball on the left wing, attacking in the lane. Throws a pass to nobody. Brandon Miller should have been in that corner. Should have been in that corner that LaMelo passed it to. But he wasn't. And it ends up being a turnover on LaMelo. 42-36 still. Here we go. Here comes Donovan Mitchell bringing it down against Knippel. Crossing over to his right. Driving it down against LaMelo. Stops and pops over him. Got it to go. Donovan Mitchell, his third three of the game, bringing it back to a 3-point game. It's 42-39. There we go. 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Our timer's a minute behind, but we will catch up. Miller bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Tomlin. Coming to his right off the Plumlee screen. They swing it over to Knippel. Knippel inside the Plumlee. Bully ball his way into the paint and gets the layup to go over Naquan Tomlin. Here comes Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. Mitchell up top, being guarded by the rookie Knippel. Spins right off of him, coming to his left. Scoop layup with the left hand. Got it to go. Athletic, explosive move from Donovan Mitchell past the rookie. Here comes LaMelo bringing it down the other way. He has it up top, being guarded by his brother. They switch it now. They get it over to Miller. Miller being guarded by Tomlin. Swing it over to LaMelo. Being guarded by Hunter. Coming to his right. Stops and pops himself, looking for an answer. And he got it to go. When looking for the answer, and he found it. 47-41 now. 6-point lead for Charlotte again with 9 minutes to go. Mitchell has it up top, dancing with it. LaMelo switches onto him. They swing it over to Lonzo. Extra pass to Wade. Wade pump fakes back to Lonzo. Jab step, side step, left wing three for him. Got it to go. Lonzo answering his brother. Anything you can do, big brother can do. LaMelo on the left wing, dancing with it. Stops, turns, spins. They kick it up top to Salaun. Salaun back to LaMelo, being guarded by Wade here. LaMelo's going to look to dance. Crosses over to his right, putting his head down, attacking to the basket. Flips it up at the rim. Terrible shot. Great defense from Wade. Now here, Mitchell hit it head pass to Hunter. Hunter on the right wing. Shovels it back to Mitchell. Attacking Plumlee off the bounce. Back to Hunter. Wide open right corner three. And he got it to go. We're tied at 47. Ball bringing it down. He has it up top. Being guarded by Hunter. Coming to his right off the screen. No, they call a moving screen on Plumlee. So the ball is going to go back to the Cavs here. Sturcho said, are you more of a Knippel man or a Ball man? Crazy phrasing, brother. Crazy phrasing. I do prefer Knippel, my brother. Prime, what's up, Prime? Lonzo and LaMelo are not brothers, are they? They are indeed brothers. They are indeed brothers, but did you not know that they're definitely brothers? They played together in high school? Garland has it up top, pocket pass to Jarrett Allen, stops, turns, spins. They kick it out to Wade. Now up top to Garland, coming to his right off the Wade screen. Mid-range pull-up jumper from him, comes up short. Jarrett Allen, the offensive rebound, shoves it over to Tomlin. Tomlin pulls it all the way back out. Shoves it up top to Garland, dancing with it behind his back, coming to his left, inside pass to Tomlin. Tomlin leans in, gets the layup to go for Naquan Tomlin. Having a nice impact on the game, and just like that, Cleveland has taken a 2-point lead, and a full timeout is taken by the Charlotte Hornets. With 7:30 to go here. $7:30 to go. I'm going to refresh my stream that I'm watching the game on because I feel like I'm behind. Usually not too far behind on the Peacock stream. So we'll update it. We'll refresh the page. Hopefully we'll be as close. Prime said, wow, no, I don't know anything. I just bet. Probably know a little bit about what you're betting on, big dog. Yeah, they're brothers. They're brothers. LaMelo is the younger brother. LaMelo was a freshman when Lonzo was a senior in high school. They had ultimately very different paths to the NBA, but they both ended up here. Unfortunately, Lonzo has dealt with a number of injuries throughout his NBA career that has held him back some. And LaMelo just seems to be a very carefree spirit who doesn't seem to take the NBA all that seriously. Heineken, what's up, Heineken? Hornets will win by 7 points. You'll see. We'll see. Pretty close, evenly matchup. Neither team has created too much of an advantage. I believe the Hornets have led by as many as 6, and the Cavs have led by as many as 9. So it's been a back-and-forth affair so far. LaMelo with 12 points, all of them coming from the three-point line. Not the greatest sign for LaMelo that he can't get downhill and finish in the paint tonight. But he is 4 for 7. Prime said, I just look at stats and patterns. I get it. Good luck with that, my brother. Good luck. Alton said 3 more points, Melo. He is on his way. He's on his way. 14 for LaMelo seems more than doable, especially against a Cavs team that has not been very good defensively without Evan Mobley. Donovan Mitchell doing his part as well. He's up to 13. 8 for Garland. He's yet to score so far here in the second quarter. Student said, when do the Knicks play again, Chevy? They play the Minnesota Timberwolves tomorrow, Susan. But no Jalen Brunson, no OG Anunoby. They have already been ruled out for the game. And we're still without McBride and Shamet. No updates for them as of yet. They play the Timberwolves tomorrow at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. So we will be live at 7:30. I also got Thunder Spurs tomorrow, which only the Knicks had an earlier game. We'd tune into Thunder Spurs right after. And the Pistons continue their West Coast trip. They play the Kings. Late game is Rockets Clippers. Not all that interested personally. But here we go. We're going to check back into our game here. Pat Connaughton is in the game for the Hornets? Oh my goodness. That is a name I have not heard in a while. Pat Connaughton is in the game. Con Knipple with 11 points so far tonight. 3 for 4 from three-point range. Miller has it up top. Tries to hand it off the green, but gets knocked out of the air by Garland. Tomlin hands it off to Tomlin. Tyson hands it off to Tomlin, gets it over to Garland down the lane, shoves it over to Tomlin. Tomlin along the baseline, dribbles it out of the paint, goes all the way out up top, hands it off to Tyson. Tyson coming to his right, throws a lob up to Tomlin. Tomlin can't handle the pass. Brandon Miller able to pick up the loose ball. He's bringing it down the other way. In and out dribble, coming to his left in the lane, spins to his right, fall away jumper. Got it to go. Smooth move for Brandon Miller. Tied back up at 49. Garland up top coming to his left. And a foul on Josh Green, fighting over the Jarrett Allen screen. Did I mean to rhyme that? I did not. We're approaching the halfway point here. Southside Chai News. What's up, Southside? Student said, I'm not worried even with the injuries that the Knicks are facing. Better now than in the second half of the season. Absolutely, Susan. Absolutely. I do think it's just like rest management for Brunson and Anunoby. No real injuries for them. Merrill gets it into Garland. Garland up top. Dancing with it. Being guarded by James. Coming to his right at the Allen screen. Stops and pops at the foul line. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Bounces on the rim a couple of times. Diabate with the rebound. And now here comes James. James bringing it down. Up top. Coming to his right. They swing it over to Miller. Back to James. James being guarded by Jarrett Allen, pulls it out, lobs it inside to Diabate. He has it in the post against Dean Wade. It's not necessarily a matchup I'd look to attack. And they call a travel on Diabate. Yeah, I don't know why we were dumping it down to Diabate there. 11 turnovers now for the Hornets. Starting to pile up for them. Here comes Garland bringing it down. Garland gets it over to Allen. Allen coming to his left, hands it off to Merrill. Merrill pulls it back on Green. Gets it over to Garland. Garland up top. Green switches onto him. Garland's going to look to attack. Coming to his left off the Allen screen. Hits Tyson cutting back door. Leaves it off for Wade. Wade a right corner three. Comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Miles Bridges pulls it down. Over to Miller. Hit ahead to James. James on the right wing. And there's some buffer. Now they get it up top to Brandon Miller. Now over to Bridges. Bridges being guarded by Garland, who now switches onto him. Bridges throws a bullet pass in the corner to Green. They swing it out to Miller. A straightaway three for him, and he splashes it, nothing but net. Good ball movement from the Hornets. They take a 3-point lead here, 5:40 to go. Jarrett Allen hands it off to Merrill, coming to his right, attacking all the way to the paint. Scoop lay with the right hand. Got it to go past Diabate. Sam Merrill, a little bit more than a three-point shooter. A lot of people who don't get to watch the Cavs that often think of him as just a three-point shooter. Can do a little bit more off the bounce. He's been really working hard to develop that portion of his game. Bridges misses a floater at the rim, and they call a foul on the Cavs battling for the loose ball. Cavs can't believe the call. Well, like Diabate was the one going over the back, but either way, it's going to stay here with Charlotte. Lionel Monans, what's up, Lionel? Jay Hammer said Diawara to start. Maybe. Mike Brown seemingly really liking what Diawara is bringing, at least a little bit. They get it into Diawara. To Diawara. Gets it into Diabate. Diabate hands it off to Miller, coming to his left off the handoff, driving it down in the lane, leaves it off to nobody. And then a bad pass from Tyson as Josh Green jumps the passing lane. Miller has it. They leave it off for Bridges. Bridges being guarded by Tyson. Bullying balling his way to the basket. Scoop blade with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Tyson knocks the rebound loose. Josh Green able to pick it up. Down low to Bridges. Bridges on the left wing being guarded by Tyson. Pulls up from 3 on the left wing. Well, short, can't get it to go. Jarrett Allen finally chases down the rebound. And now here comes Garland. Garland bringing it down. We're past the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter. Jarrett Allen in the lane. Throws up a floater off the Merrill pass. Got a nice friendly bounce off the front of the rim. And now Cleveland retakes a 53-52 lead here in the second quarter. James has it up top, dancing with it against Sam Merrill. Coming to his left, attacking Dean Wade on a switch. Goes up, gets stripped, out of bounds. Going to stay here with the Hornets. Mark, what's up, Mark? Diawara? You guys had me thinking of Diawara, and then Diabate had the ball. Diawara might start tomorrow with no OG Anunoby. He might. He might. We'll see. They get it into Trey Mann. Trey Mann gets it over to Knipple. Knipple in the paint. Pump fakes. Kicks it out to Sion James. The left corner three. He's open. Can't get it to go. A rebound for Diabate. He's just a man amongst boys down there, even with Jarrett Allen down there. Trey Mann kicks it out. Sion James going to try that left corner three again, and he's going to miss it again. Dean Wade finally clears with the rebound with 4 minutes to go. Here comes Garland. Garland on the right wing. In and out dribble coming to his left off the Allen screen. Stop. Leans in. Throws up a floater. Got it to go for Darius Garland. Knipple bringing it down the other way. Crosses over to his left, driving it down along the baseline, takes a bump from Jarrett Allen, and he steps out of bounds. He's probably looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. So the Cavs will bring it down now. Moran, what's up, Moran? Moran said, I was thinking today, I love b-ball. Basketball is my favorite hobby as well. Part of the reason why I decided to make some content around it. Garland coming to it right off the Allen screen. Leans it off, tries to leave it off for Jarrett Allen. A bad pass right through his hands. Here comes Miles Bridges, who's bullying his way to the basket. Misses yet another layup. Diabate with yet another offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Trey Mann for a three, and he knocks it down. Now we're tied at 55 again with 3:30 to go here in the second quarter. Diabate is dominating the boards tonight. Jarrett Allen has no answers for him. Moran says Chefy cooking an entree. Tonight's just a little appetizer. We have the first dish tomorrow against Minnesota. We get another little appetizer right before the Christmas Day slate. Do we have Christmas Eve games, by the way? I feel like that's not. We'll check it. I feel like that's not something we normally get. It's Christmas Eve games. Diabate knocks down. They also called an off-ball foul as the three went in. So Diabate got a free throw out of it. 4-point play for the Hornets as they take a 1-point lead. 3:24 to go. Garland up top coming to his right off the Allen screen. Pulls it back. Crosses over to his left on Knipple. In the lane. Scoop blade with the left hand. Got it to go. Nice creativity for Darius Garland there. And a technical foul on Darius Garland. What are you so upset about? Jason, what's up, Jason? How are the Hornets winning? Cleveland having a rough year, to say the least. Judge, that's lots of back-to-backs tomorrow. Knipple knocks down the first one. We'll go through the schedule. We'll go around the league as usual. Knipple knocks down the technical free throw. Moran said OG is injured. They're listing him as out tomorrow of the game with, like, ankle something. I think it's just they made up an injury to give him some rest going into the Christmas Day game. I think that's all it is. Trey Mann has it up top. They swing it over to Diabate, being guarded by Wade. Hands it off to Knipple. Knipple pulls it out. Driving to his left in the lane. Gets caught in the air and throws it to nobody. And they hit Knipple with the charge anyway, so he was going to turn it over one way or the other. 3 minutes to go. Prime said Anunoby is somebody you do not want to bet on. Probably. Just that's a bet all underdogs tomorrow. Not bad idea. Moran said he needs rest. NBA Cup champ. OG can show up hungover. You're going to want him on the Christmas Day game against the Cavs. Right? Big national TV game. Big day for the NBA in general. So you're going to want him for the Christmas Day game. Makes sense. Jason said Cleveland ain't great, but Charlotte is cheeks, man. I'd be getting text too if I was losing to them. I don't know. Cleveland just lost twice to the Chicago Bulls, and Charlotte has been playing pretty well as of late. They're 9-19, so the record obviously is never going to really show that. But Charlotte has been fine. Charlotte's been kind of solid as of late. They've won a couple of games. They've been playing decently well, and Cleveland has not been playing well. So I think these two teams are pretty close to even so far. Because that's a Thunder versus Spurs tomorrow too. Yep. And then they get a day off, and then they're going to do it all over again on Christmas Day. It's weird scheduling. I feel like you would want the Christmas Day matchups to feel like, oh, this is a special matchup. We're going to get Spurs versus Thunder for the third time in like a 2-week span by the time we get to Christmas. Like, it's not going to feel that special. Maybe it'll feel a little bit like a playoff kind of atmosphere, maybe. Right? Maybe by the time we get there, because San Antonio won the first one. Let's see how tomorrow goes. And then, by the time we get to Christmas, who knows? Maybe San Antonio will be up 2-0 against the Thunder, and we'll really start talking about what's going on with Oklahoma City. Judge Dad said, how bad today is just as how good tomorrow is. Today's not a great NBA slate. I feel like this is our best game. This is our best opportunity to have a good game tonight, is these two teams matching up. That Magic Warriors game could be interesting, but it's a late game, and I don't want to take the chance of staying up late to watch Magic Warriors and then have it maybe not be so good. So, Sergio said Thunder about to get exposed. They lost to the Spurs, lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves the other day. Got the Spurs coming up in back-to-back games. They could be losers of 3 of their last 5 games. They lose one of those 2 games to the Spurs. Just that said Hartenstein turns the OKC locker room toxic. That Benedict Arnold. I hope he never sees another ring again in his career. I hope he doesn't even sniff another championship again in his career, man. Student said Prime OG is definitely a force to be reckoned with. I don't agree with you at all. I think he's just talking about betting. We know how good OG Anunoby is and how important he is to winning basketball games. Here we go. We're back into it. Under 3 to go here in the second quarter. Tied at 57. Garland will bring it down. He has it up top being guarded by Knipple. Garland coming to his right. Attacking off the bounce in the lane. Gets caught in the air. They kick it out to Dean Wade. Pump fakes attacking to his left. Hands it off to Donovan Mitchell. Pump fakes. Kicks it back out to Wade. Wade fires a left wing 3. And Wade knocks it down. They needed Wade to knock down a shot, and he delivered there. Here comes Bridges bringing it down, in and out dribble, hands it off to LaMelo. LaMelo has it up top. He's back in the game for the final 3 minutes here. LaMelo dancing with it. Dean Wade switches onto him. LaMelo up top, coming to his left, down the lane, one-legged fall-away floater. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Hunter pulls it away. Here comes Donovan Mitchell bringing it down the other way. Mitchell on the left wing. Pull the pass inside to Merrill. Merrill catches, brings it out the other way. Dribbles it out to 3 and fires it. Comes up short. Terrible shot, but the rebound flies his way out to Mitchell. Mitchell kicks it out to Garland. Garland, a right wing 3. He's open, and he knocks it down. Back-to-back threes for the Cavs. Puts them up 6 here. Trey Mann has it up top. Dancing with it. Crosses over to his left in the lane. Feeds it down low to Diabate. Kicks it out to Knipple. Pump fake. One dribble to his left. Puts up the 3. Well short. Darius Garland pulls out the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Garland putting his head down, attacking to the basket, stops, pulls it back out, kicks it up top to Mitchell. Mitchell fires a straightaway 3. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Diabate with the rebound. They get it over to Trey Mann. Mann bringing it down left side of the court. They get it over to Bridges. Bridges gets it over to LaMelo Ball. Hunter switches out to LaMelo Ball. They get it over to Miles Bridges, being guarded by Sam Merrill. Kicks it out to Knipple, left corner three for him, and he knocks it down. If there's any guy you don't want to leave open for the Hornets, it's Con Knipple. He's gone open multiple times tonight against this Cleveland defense. Garland has it up top, being guarded by Knipple. Coming to his left off a Dean Wade screen, blowing past Diabate down the lane, pump fakes, tries to kick it in the corner to Hunter, but knocked out of bounds. Got to get a layup there if you're Donovan, if you're Darius Garland. Got under the basket. Judge that said, Cat better go for 60 tomorrow, for real. You better have a good game. I think people will not be very pleasant to him if he has another low-scoring output, especially in Minnesota against his former team. Even down Brunson and Anunoby should at least put up some points. Wade has it on the right wing. Hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell on the right wing being guarded by Diabate. 1 minute to go. We're under a minute to go now. Mitchell swings through in the lane, throws up the floater. Got it to go past Diabate. Good defense, just better offense. 65-60 here. 50 seconds to go. Miller has it up top being guarded by Wade. Miller's winding down some clock. They're trying to get it to Miles Bridges being guarded by Garland. Bridges driving it down to his right, down the lane, loses the handle, picks it up, flips it up off glass, can't get it to go. A terrible drive for Miles Bridges, who had the size and strength advantage. Donovan Mitchell all the way to the basket, can't get the layup to go. 3 Hornets were defending it. All 3 of them went for their block shot. None of them could get it, and Darius Garland just snuck in there for the layup and put back. Terrible, terrible communication and defense for the Hornets there. LaMelo Ball has it up top being guarded by Sam Merrill. A 7-point lead for Cleveland has opened up here. Ball is going to wind down the clock. There's about a 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Ball down the lane, takes a bump and a foul, knocks down the floater anyway. Got fouled by Garland. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Luis Martinez, what's up, Luis? Why Cavaliers always let the Hornets reach them? Been doing that to a lot of teams this year. Not a good year for the Cleveland Cavaliers so far. I do think they're going to pull themselves together in the second half of the year. They're too good of a team not to. They're too well constructed not to. Robespierre, what's up, Robespierre? Student said Cavs are suspect, for sure. LaMelo knocks down his and 1 free throw. 4-point lead for Cleveland here, 67-63, 7 seconds to go. Mitchell bringing it down the other way and gets fouled by Sion James. They had a foul to give. Josh Green's going to come in. LaMelo goes to the bench. Going to the defense substitutions here for the Hornets. They got Tyson, Hunter, Garland, Mitchell, and Sam Merrill for the Cavs. They have 4.7 to operate. Mitchell bringing it down against James. Heaves up a 40-footer straight away. Banks it in for Donovan Mitchell at the halftime buzzer. So they go into halftime with a 63-70 lead, a 7-point lead for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They put up 70 points in that first half. 33 in the first quarter, 37 in the second quarter. They outscored the Hornets by 10 points in that second quarter. They might threaten to run away with it as this game goes on. Rose Pierce said, is Lonzo playing? Lonzo played. Lonzo played a little bit there. Ended the first, played a little bit in the second. So Lonzo did play. Lonzo played 9 minutes, 3 points. He knocked down a 3. Thomas Bryant with 2. Merrill played 14 minutes. He has 2. He's 0 for 3 from three-point range, though. Not what you want to see from Sam Merrill in his return game. Naquan Tomlin played 5 minutes, scored 5 points. He was active when he was out there. If there's anything he's going to do, a little bit like their version of Mo Diawara. When he's out there, he just ball somehow magnetically finds its way to his hands, right? 5 points in 5 minutes for Naquan Tomlin. He's an energy and effort guy. DeAndre Hunter, 12 points for him off the bench, which is nice. In his natural role, coming off the bench again as they're starting Tyson. Tyson, 11 minutes, 0 points, has not taken a shot No rebounds, no assists, 2 turnovers. He does have 2 steals, but in his 11 minutes, not all that impressive from Jalen Tyson. They kind of need him to do something out there. Need anything? Need anything. Darius Garland threw up 17 points to go alongside Donovan Mitchell with 18 in that first half. 6 for 12 from the field for Mitchell, including 4 for 7 from three-point range. 6 for 10 for Darius Garland, including 3 for 4 from three-point range. 5 assists for Mitchell, 4 assists for Garland. The 2 guards, excellent so far tonight, doing their thing. Jarrett Allen with 8 points rolling to the rim, 5 boards, 2 assists. Cool, fine, awesome, nice, we'll take it. Dean Wade, not a whole lot. 1 for 2 from the field, both of them from three-point lane. Knocked down one of them for 3 points. And that's about it. It's a lot of Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and DeAndre Hunter doing a lot of the shot taking. And I get it. Who else are you looking to take shots? Maybe Sam Merrill. He is 0 for 3 from the field and 1 for 4 from the field. 0 for 3 from three-point range and 1 for 4 from the field. So Jay Hammer said 17, 18, 8, and 11. It's solid. It's solid. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? How am I doing? I'm doing good. Bernard. A little tired. For some reason, felt like it was a long day, but it wasn't really. Just, I don't know. Need some sleep, I think. Got to get right for tomorrow's game, that's for sure. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to tomorrow's game. Should be fun. Moran said, Garlic hitting 17 points. Yeah, Garland with 17 points in that first half. Good start for him. We go over to the Hornets now. Bridges with only 3s. 1 for 8 from the field, 0 for 3 from three-point range. This is the guy that is killing the Hornets. My goodness. He's just been incapable of taking advantage of any matchups he's had tonight. I mean, they've had Merrill matched up against him. They had Garland previously matched up with him. And he's just taking fall-away floating shots going across the lane instead of using his size and his strength to go actually into the paint. He's having a terrible night. Brandon Miller with 7 points. 3 assists, no rebounds for Brandon Miller. 3 for 5 from the field, 1 for 3 from three-point range. It's fine. Nothing too standout worthy of Brandon Miller. Just solid so far. Plumlee with 5 points in his 9 minutes. When he was in there, didn't hold up his own against Jarrett Allen. Kind of got killed a little bit in the pick-and-roll game. LaMelo, 5 for 9 from the field, 4 for 5 from three-point range. Most of his shots coming from threes, up to 15 points. He did get that and 1, so all of his points have been accumulated by ways of 3. Right, 4 3-point makes, and then the 1 and 1 play where he knocked down the free throw for another conventional styled 3-point play. He's up to 15 points. Con Knipple is up to 15 points. Similar situation. 5 for 7 from the field, 4 for 6 from three-point range. Got to the foul line one time. Well, it was a technical free throw, but he knocked it down. Both of those guys with 15 points leading the way here for the Charlotte Hornets. We know the Charlotte Hornets not much of a defensive team, so it's going to have to be them out shooting the Cavs. And if we go to the team stats, Pat Connaughton got in there for what? 1 minute. Didn't do anything, but got in there for a minute. They may have accidentally called his name. If we go over to the team stats real quick, we could see that the Charlotte Hornets were 12 for 22 from three-point range. All these ads, ESPN, how much more money do you need, brother? Get those out of here. 12 for 22 from three-point range for the Hornets, 12 for 24 from three-point range for the Cavs. So three-point makes even for both sides. Free throw shooting about even. 7 for 10 from the Cavs. 8 for 8 for the Cavs. 7 for 10 from the Hornets. Rebounding, the Hornets are leading by 7. Pretty big rebounding differential there in favor of the Hornets. 15 assists to 17 assists, about even. 4 steals to 7 steals. Cleveland leading in that regard. 14 turnovers for the Hornets, 5 for the Cavs, and this is the mark of a good team versus a bad team. Right, the Cavs are struggling, of course, but they're still a good team. They're just struggling right now. And the Hornets are a bad team who are maybe playing a little bit over their heads these last couple of games and picking up a couple of wins. And this is the biggest sign of it. 14 turnovers for the Hornets, only 5 for the Cavs. Good teams don't turn the ball over. Bad teams do. 24 points in the paint for the Cavs, 18 for the Hornets. Both teams were 9 fouls. Cavs do have a technical. That one was on Garland. Largest lead for the Hornets was 6. Largest lead for the Cavs was 9. Neither team really pulling away too far. Have yet to have a double-digit lead in the game from either side. The Cavs have led for 55% of the game. Moran said, we'll warm up to him. See the texture like a design stitch. Jay Hammer said, I hate it when teams use non-traditional jerseys. Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, even when we look at the Knicks and they use their City Edition courts and jerseys, they're not super like crazy. Like I don't like we watched the Timberwolves game the other day when they played the Thunder and they were wearing the Prince style jerseys with the purple on purple. Terrible jerseys, terrible court design, reminiscent of absolutely nothing about the Timberwolves. Just extremely lazy design. They didn't look to incorporate anything Prince styled into the already established Timberwolves style. They just were like, we're just gonna make it all Prince. Like, no, no, you pay homage to Prince by incorporating the purple somewhere in your already designated Minnesota colorway and design. And they didn't do that. They didn't do that. Moran said Raptors retro. Yeah, the retro jerseys are good. I think it's always a good, good thing when teams go back to the retro jerseys. I wish the Knicks would utilize the retro jerseys a little bit more often as well. My goodness, have some of these jerseys been terrible. And these Cleveland, like, creamsicle jerseys, terrible. 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 Fat Boy Mar said, if only Sam would have hit the 3 threes. Still some time left, brothers. Still some time left. Usually when he hits one, a couple more are bound to follow. Rose Pierce said Cavs didn't convert much of the 14 turnovers, though, I guess. Now we could see here points conceded off of turnovers. They scored 17 points off the turnovers. Scored 17 points off the turnovers, which is solid, I guess. 14 turnovers, leading to 17 points for the Cavs. Decent. That's a decent number. It's a decent number. You'd like it to be a little bit higher. It's a decent number. Let's go around the league. We got Pacers. Jeez Louise. We got Pacers, Celtics going on right now. And the Pacers are giving it to the Celtics. They're up by 15. My goodness. The Celtics have Jaylen Brown playing. They have White, Pritchard. They have their guys in there. They have Brown, Pritchard, and White playing. Yeah, they have their guys in there. They don't have their newest weapon, Jordan Walsh, out there. They don't have him. We have Mavs Pelicans tipping off. This one should be fun with Cooper Flagg and Derek Queen going at it here, the 2-star rookies. In 6 minutes, Flagg has done almost nothing. And Derek Queen has 2 points, 3 boards, and an assist. Also 2 turnovers. Does have 2 steals. Zion still coming off the bench. This is weird. They still have Zion coming in off the bench. You would think that they would probably throw him in the starting lineup at some point, but I think they're more than satisfied with their starting lineup. I mean, considering Zion doesn't shoot it from 3, Herb Jones is not a big 3-point threat. Derek Queen is not a 3-point threat. Jeremiah Fears isn't a huge 3-point threat as a rookie. I think they're just going to bring Zion off the bench. I think they can stop treating him like the star of the team and just like as another good value player. Jay Hammer said, white is too soft. Glad they are allowed the host with strong colors. I don't know. I kind of like the home jerseys, the old school way of home jerseys being the white jerseys and then the away jerseys being the colored jerseys. I do like that. It was very easy to tell who was home, who was away, just by looking at the screen. And now we don't even have like one team wearing white jerseys and then another team wearing colored jerseys. Now we have like both teams wearing like really crazy colored jerseys, which I guess is fine. I'm not like super crazy about it one way or the other. It's just a little weird sometimes, and I think it's a little too over the top. Just a little too over the top. Also, can we have our coaches wearing suits on the sideline again? I'm just saying. Can we be professional a little bit? Just a little bit professional. I like it. I like the suits. It just adds some aura to the game, right? Makes the games feel a lot more important than they are. Any other games? No other games on yet. We are at 8:30 here on the East Coast. Moran said, Warriors yellow is disgusting. I agree with the suits. The suits, like, it's not even a big deal. It doesn't change anything in the game. It doesn't, like, make the players play better or anything like that. I just think it's a good look. I just think it adds aura to the basketball game. It makes it feel more important than it actually is. You know, all of the things. All of the things. Just that said, suits and ties. Chevy proves no problem. I might be a little partial to the suit and tie. I just think it's a good look, right? When you watch old games or old highlights and you see the coaches on the sideline with the suits, it just gives aura to the game. Like I said, it just feels important to see somebody in like a quarter zip with a little tiny logo, a black quarter zip. Every coach now wears a black quarter zip with a little tiny logo of the team there, and it's like, no man, give me the suit, give me the suits, bring back the suits. Student said Zion coming off the bench. He rocked in his last game. Yeah, he's coming off the bench. I mean, he's still looking like Zion, even though he's coming off the bench. The Pelicans take an early 9-point lead here against the Mavs. But I don't know. I mean, they don't seem like they're in too big of a rush to put him back in that starting lineup. Rose Pierce said, whatever happened to the Pels? They got some surprising wins. They have gotten some surprising wins. They're playing a lot better. Zion is back. Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears are like fully integrated into the starting lineup now. Herb Jones and Trey Murphy have been playing well. Sadiq Bey has been playing well, right? Target of the New York Knicks this trade deadline. We'll see. They have Zion back coming off the bench along with Jordan Poole. And it's like, oh, suddenly this team like has some players out there. Jeff Brown said, my boys see the Pelicans tomorrow night. Oof, that's a tough back-to-back there, Jeff. A tough back-to-back. Is it in Cleveland? Or do they have to fly to New Orleans? I guess New Orleans will also be on the second night of a back-to-back, so not too tough. Not too tough. Rose Pierce said they got Poole. I didn't even know that. They do have Poole. Now, C.J. McCollum ended up on the Wizards. They traded C.J. McCollum for Jordan Poole. Jay Hammer said Dylan Brooks did that so he doesn't get called for a flagrant. What did Dylan Brooks do? Jeff said, yeah, in the land. That's not that bad. Back-to-back situation where you're at home for both games, not that bad. And then you have Pelicans being on the second night of a back-to-back, but being on the road. So you have the advantage. Not a bad situation to be in. Should be able to pull that one off. 15-point lead for the Pacers is kind of crazy against the Celtics. Would be nice to see the Celtics lose. They're sitting at third in the Eastern Conference standings right now, so to create a little bit more separation between the Celtics and the Knicks would be nice. Would be nice. Rose Pierce said that leads to the question of who of the other Pels will punch Poole. I think Jordan Poole is past the days of being punched. I think it was a one-time deal. He had a terrible teammate. Let's look at tomorrow's slate. Just as Dad was telling us, tomorrow's slate is pretty good. We got Wizards, Hornets. We got the Nets, 76ers. The Nets have pulled off some impressive victories as of late. Got Bulls, Hawks. Battle of the Mid. Got Pelicans, Cavs, like we were talking about with Jeff. Got Bucks, Pacers. Interesting. Two rivals there. That one is in Indiana again. So Miles Turner going back to Indiana there. Raptors, Heat is an interesting game. You got Nuggets, Mavs. Somewhat interesting. Even though Jokic always seems to cook Anthony Davis. And then you got Knicks, Timberwolves, obviously, the game we're watching. We got Thunder, Spurs, good game. Lakers, Suns, interesting game. Grizzlies, Jazz, not so much. Magic, Trailblazers again. That 2 in a row? Don't they play them tonight? Right? Right? Oh, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? Who are the Magic playing? Magic playing anybody today? Magic Warriors, and then tomorrow it's Magic taking on the Trailblazers. Okay, that's what it was. That's what it is. Pistons are playing the Trailblazers tonight. Pistons are playing the Kings tomorrow, so they're on a back-to-back. Same with the Magic. East Coast trips for both of those teams. Then you got Clippers. Rockets is the late game. Not all that interested. AP, what's up, AP? There are the Pistons again with the easy game. They are on the West Coast. It is the second night of a back-to-back tomorrow as they take on the Kings. Today they're taking on the Blazers, and the Blazers are feisty. Blazers are feisty. You could give them Give them some trouble there. Here we go. We're back into it. Let's do it. Ball has it up top, being guarded by Garland. We start the third quarter here. LaMelo down low to Plumlee. Try to kick it out. Tyson jumped the passing lane. Comes up with the loose ball. Saves it over to Mitchell. Mitchell bringing it down against Miller. To the basket. Scoop layup. Got it to go. And one for Donovan Mitchell. Susan said, who is responsible for scheduling the games? It is done by a scheduling committee in the NBA. They go through and they put together the schedule. It's a really difficult thing to do that's mostly calculated, I think, by an algorithm at this point. AB said Adam Silver. Adam Silver is not responsible for scheduling the games, brother. It is a scheduling committee that Adam Silver appoints. He appoints a group of people to put the schedule together. Donovan Mitchell knocks down his and one free throw as they take the first double-digit lead of the game, 73-63. LaMelo has it up top, attacking to his left. They get it over to Miller. Miller up top, being guarded by Garland. Swings through to his right, stops, leans in, pulls it back, pump fake, now steps through, puts up the floater, in and out, can't get it to stay. Plumlee battling on the glass, can't get the put back, fight for the loose ball. Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges picks it up, gets blocked by Jarrett Allen at the rim. They kick it out to LaMelo, a left wing three, and he finally puts an end to the circus, knocking it down. Here comes Garland bringing it down the other way, looking for an answer. Hit ahead to Tyson. Tyson on the left wing being guarded by Ball. Hands it off to Garland. Garland back inside to Tyson. Tyson throws up the floater, comes up short. Tries to put the tip back coming in. Ball gets knocked loose. Plumlee picks it up to kick it over to LaMelo. LaMelo spots up for a three in transition. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. And a foul on Mitchell, holding on to Miles Bridges under the basket. That's it. Pacers 11 for 18 from 3 in that game. They could take down the mighty Celtics. Would be hilarious. Would be hilarious for them to lose to a struggling Pacers team. LaMelo Ball has it up top, being guarded by Garland, but sometimes that happens in the NBA with the three-point variance that is out there. Ball has it up top, being guarded by Garland, attacking, pulls it back out, crossing back over to his left inside the Plumlee, going right into the chest of Jarrett Allen, gets blocked by Allen, and Plumlee comes up limping. And he might be done. He is waving to the bench to help him. He needs help. He can't even stand on his own power right now. Yeah, he can't even get up. Yeah, he needs help. Being helped off the court by his teammates. He knew right away. Now he's walking off in his own power, but he's got a heavy limp to him. But he is very clearly done. And that is a muscle pop, most likely. Okay, so what did he do to Plum? It was either like just knee-to-knee contact there, and it maybe just a deep contusion. But he looked like he was holding his groin, so maybe a muscle pull. Oh my goodness, Brandon Miller with the chase down block on Jalen Tyson after a home run pass from Donovan Mitchell. Brandon Miller can't believe the foul call. He's incensed. But it should be 2 free throws for Jalen Tyson unless we get a challenge here. And it looks like we are going to get a challenge. A full timeout from the Hornets using it. That said, team secretary has to work with the schedule immediately when it's announced. Yeah. Yeah. So obviously 95 to 99% of NBA arenas give the NBA priority for their scheduling. But there, in some cases, like Madison Square Garden for the Knicks, for example, is more than just a basketball arena. It is a performing arena for musical artists, for other kind of performances. And so when the schedule is announced and the schedule comes out, or as the schedule is being made, the team, all 30 teams need to be in contact with the league to make sure that it's possible. So, like, for example, the San Antonio Spurs have to go on a 7-game road trip every single season at the exact same time because the rodeo comes through San Antonio and they use the San Antonio Spurs arena for the rodeo. And so every single season at the exact same time, at the exact same dates in the season, San Antonio goes on a 7-game road trip. So that is, pre-planned into the schedule planning every year for the San Antonio Spurs. And so stuff like that has to be ironed out through the season. And now with the NBA Cup stuff, with big event things like Christmas Day games, MLK Day games, stuff like that is pre-planned into the season as well. And then things kind of take shape around it as we get to the 82-game schedule. Just that's a knee-to-knee with Jarrett Allen. Not something I would want to do. No. I don't even know if it was fully knee-to-knee, the knee-to-knee thing that brought him out. Maybe it is. I mean, again, he's old. So, those bone bruises could definitely hurt you more when you're at his age and at his size. But it looked like he went to grab his groin, his groin area. So I thought maybe it was a pulled muscle, but not going to know until they give us the diagnosis. AP said, look at the cupcake schedule the Spurs had since the Cup game, and look what they gave us. They didn't give the Knicks anything. It was a pre-scheduled game. They did not think they did not take into account the Knicks having to play an extra game, which is, in large part, this has happened all 3 years, AP. It's happened all 3 years. The Lakers complained about it the first year they won, where they were like, now we have a tough schedule after winning the Cup, and we took it seriously? What kind of reward is that? The Bucks and the Thunder both had the same issues last year when they went to the Cup Finals. And this year, it's really detrimental to the Knicks coming out of the NBA Cup. Emil said, is Plumlee out for the game? There is no update on Mason Plumlee as of yet. He just got taken out of the game. But I could look up for you if there's any update. Just that's at the time lapse of the Garden, going from a Knicks court to the ice for the Rangers is amazing. Always. The way they pull that off is always amazing. No call on Brandon Miller. The call gets overturned. Emil said, right when I needed Plumlee for one more damn point. I can look up for you Mason Plumlee. Successful challenge. They'll get one more timeout. They show the replay here. And he hit the hand of Tyson. And hand is part of the ball. No update on him yet. Doubt he comes back. At 35 years old, I doubt he comes back after limping off to the court. Garland gets a steal right back after a turnover and knocks down a straightaway three to go back up by 10 here for the Cavs. We are at the 10-minute mark here in the third quarter. Miller hands it off the ball. Ball coming to his right. Driving it down against Tyson. Stops, turns, spins. One-legged fall-away jumper. Tyson maybe got a piece of it. Loose ball. Diabate able to pick it up. They swing it out to Knipple. Knipple tagging to his left. Kick it out to Bridges. Now over the ball. And Ball knocks down a left corner three. And they call a foul on Jarrett Allen. I didn't even hear the whistle. They call a foul on Jarrett Allen's going to send him to the foul line for one more. Or Diabate to the foul line for what could be a 4-point play. We've already seen this happen one time today. Seeing it twice in a game is a rarity. Seeing it once in a game is a rarity. Seeing it twice in a game is crazy. So Diabate's at the foul line for one more. Could end up turning into a 4-point play here. And they call a lane violation on Knipple? No, they call it on Dean Wade. They're going to give Diabate another free throw. He made it. He made the free throw. Usually they wave those off. Usually they wave those off. So Diabate the foul line. He made the first one. Misses the second one. The lane violation by Dean Wade worked. Forced the miss there. Good defense by Dean Wade on the free throw. One of the few times you'll actually see defense being played on a free throw. And they call a travel on Donovan Mitchell, and he can't believe a travel call. Travel is so rarely called in the NBA. Even after 4 steps by Donovan Mitchell, he's surprised they even called it. LaMelo Ball has it up top being guarded by Garland. It is a 7-point lead for Cleveland here, 76-69. Miller has it up top being guarded by Mitchell. Crosses over to his right, down the lane. He's got an open lane, goes up, layup, got it to go, and the foul on Donovan Mitchell. We'll send Brandon Miller to the foul line for one more. Brandon Miller knocks down his and one free throw. Here comes Garland. Garland up top, being guarded by Miller, coming to his left. Diabate switches onto him. They get it in the corner to Wade. Wade attacking Bridges off the bounce. They kick it over to Mitchell. Mitchell swings it up top. Extra pass to Garland. Pump fakes, coming to his left. In the lane, stops, pass fake. Good defense from the Hornets here. A 3 for Jalen Tyson. In and out, can't get it to stay. Knipple with the rebound. And now here come the Hornets pushing it the other way. Miller, in and out dribble, coming to his left, all the way to the basket. Scoop play with the left hand. Too strong, can't get it to go. Dean Wade clears with the rebound. Here comes Garland in the open court. Driving to his right, leaves it off for Tyson. Tyson shoves it over to Thomas Bryant. Throws down a 2-handed slam. Great passing in transition there for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Going back up by 6 here, 78-72. Knipple gets it over to the top to Diabate. Diabate gets it over to Bridges. Bridges stops, swings it over to Knipple. Knipple swings through to his right along the baseline, spins to his left. Fall away jumper in the paint. In and out, can't get it to stay. Fight for the rebound. Diabate keeps it alive, but Wade able to grab it. Here comes Mitchell bringing it the other way. Hit a head pass to Garland. Garland on the left wing being guarded by Knipple. Coming to his right, down the lane, in the paint, throws up a foul line floater. Got it to go for Darius Garland. Here comes Knipple, the other way. Ball has it up top, being guarded by Garland. Dancing with it. Between the legs. Multiple times. Coming to his left. Mitchell switches onto him. LaMelo lobs it over the top to Bridges. Bridges down the lane, flips it up the right hand. Got it to go as he split the defense of Garland and Thomas Bryant there in the paint. Now these teams trading baskets. Not a ton of defense being played. Garland crosses over to his right in the lane. Leans in, throws up a tough contested floater. He's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Miller can't grab the rebound. It's a loose ball, though. And a timeout for the Cavs. Garland's upset he's not getting any foul calls right now, but the Cavs are going to take a full timeout here. Just that said, Clay going crazy a little bit. He has it going, does he? Does he? We might have to tune in real quick. Definitely going to have to at least check in on this box score. Davis with 14, Flag with 4, Najee Marshall with 6. Klay Thompson off the bench, 14 for Klay Thompson off the bench in 8 minutes. 5 for 8 from the field, 3 for 6 from three-point range. He is letting it fly right now. For the Pelicans, Jeremiah Fears with only 2. He's 1 for 5. Queen with 6, 4, and 1. 3 turnovers for Jared Queen. Rookies, we're going to kind of excuse the turnovers, so. Zion with 8 off the bench. Love to see it. 8 points in 6 minutes. Tied at 40 in this game. Probably a really fun one. Pacers now leading by 18 against the Celtics at halftime here. 61-43. Only 43 points for the Celtics. What is going on? Siakam with 23 first half points. He threatening to throw up a 50 ball? My goodness. Siakam 4 for 5 from 3. Jay Huff hit a 3. Ethan Thompson hit 3 threes. Nembhard hit a 3. Matherin hit 2 threes. And that's the only shots he hit tonight. He is 2 for 11 from the field. They're starting Jay Huff instead of Isaiah Jackson now, which is interesting. Furphy hit a 3 off the bench. Overall, they are 12 for 20 from 3. Celtics are 5 for 18 from 3. That'll do it to you. That'll do it to you. Jaylen Brown with 11. He's 4 for 12 from the field, though. Oof. Tough game from him. Only 3 games on right now. AB said we got to get that Sixers game back. Yeah, when the Knicks play the Sixers again. Got to look for some revenge that night. You can take a look at the Knicks schedule real quick. So obviously we have Minnesota and then Cleveland on the Christmas Day game. Coming right out of the Christmas Day game, we have, which by the way, they play at Minnesota at 8 p.m. They have to fly back to the East Coast, and then they have an early game on Thursday. What kind of schedule is this nonsense? What kind of schedule is this nonsense? You play a late game on the West Coast, and then you fly back to the East Coast to play a late game. I know Minnesota's more middle, but you know what I mean. Still changing time zones. You got at Atlanta, at New Orleans, at San Antonio. So you got a tough 3-game road trip right after going into the new year. So tough end to the December schedule here for the Knicks. My goodness. Then you have Atlanta, and then you have in the new year Philadelphia again, January 3rd. It is the second night of a back-to-back again against Philadelphia. Why they keep doing that against the same teams, I'll never know. Jalen Tyson in the lane as we're back into it, misses a floater. Here we go. Tidjane James is in the game, pulls it all the way back out. Trying to get it to LaMelo Ball. Good ball denial from Donovan Mitchell here. Tidjane James dancing with it. Pass fake. Gets it over to Knipple. Knipple being guarded by Garland. Has him in the post. Spins off of him. Leans in along the baseline. Flips it up at the rim. Can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 7:27 to go here in the third. AB said they're always giving us back-to-backs. I think every team plays the same amount of back-to-backs, if I'm not mistaken. But I hate when they make you play the same team back-to-backs, right? Like, who was it last year? Every single time we played them, it was on the second night of a back-to-back. It was Cleveland. Every single time we played Cleveland last year was on the second night of a back-to-back. And the first time we play Philly this year is on the second night of a back-to-back coming off of the Vegas championship. And then when we play them January 3rd, it's going to be on the second night of a back-to-back. Why do you do that? We never get to see a rested team go up against a rested Philly team. Like, see how those two teams match up. We don't get to see that. AB said they need to end back-to-backs. They do. They call a Travo and DeAndre Hunter. Ball is going to go back to the Hornets here. Knipple did knock down both of his free throws. It's 76-80. 7:18 to go. Here we go. Just that. It seems like we got Magic Heat too much so far. We're done with both the Magic and the Heat. We won't see them the remainder of the season, which is also a weird scheduling thing. Because how do you not see Eastern Conference rivals for the final, 2/3 of the season? Makes no sense. Bridges kicks it out to Knipple. Knipple a straightaway 3. Comes up short on it. Battle for the rebound. James able to pull it out, but knocked out of his hands by Garland. Knipple chases it down. It's still a loose ball. Thomas Bryant able to pick it up. Home run pass over to Tyson. Hit ahead to Garland. Right wing 3 for him. And he rattles it in. A tough spot for the Hornets there. They had that loose ball, but couldn't hold on to it. Here comes LaMelo Ball bringing it down the other way, looking for an answer. Coming to his right up the Diabate screen. In the lane, leans in, steps through, leaves it off for Diabate, goes up with the layup over. Bryant got it to go. Nice creation for LaMelo there to give Diabate an easy layup at the rim. Garland up top, lobs it over to the top to Tyson, goes to the rim, layup. Can't get the layup to go. No foul called either with some contact against Knipple. LaMelo throws a lob up the Bridges, and he throws it down with the one hand. And it's a 2-point game, 82-80. We are back into it as we approach the halfway point here. Hunter attacking Bridges off the bounce, stops along the baseline, tries to get over to Thomas Bryant, stolen by Diabate. Bridges bringing it down. They get it over to Knipple in the corner. James, pump fakes, swings through to his right, attacking Garland off the bounce, stop, leans in again, throws it up, can't get it to go, but a foul is called against Garland. Will send Tidjane James to the foul line for 2 free throws with 6 minutes to go. AB said, why do I like seeing Cleveland get beat up? I don't know, man. There's something about it. I think after you play a team in the playoffs, you just start rooting for their downfall. There's just something about it. Maybe said probably because of the LeBron years. I don't know. The Cleveland has gone through so many rebrandings at this point that it's just not the same Cleveland Cavaliers organization it even feels like that LeBron was on. I think once you play them in the playoffs, you just develop this like natural born hatred of it, where it's just like, you know what? I do root for their downfall. Zion James knocks down both free throws. They also take a point away from the Cavs because they ruled Darius Garland's transition 3 a 2. They say he had a toe on the line. So we're tied at 82 now with 5:50 to go. Garland has it up top, being guarded by James, directing some traffic. Coming to his right, off of a screen from Sam Merrill. Now Merrill has it on the right wing. Pump fakes, dribble to his left. He puts up the 3 at the buzzer. Can't get it to go at the shot clock buzzer. Trey Mann with the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Mann has it up top, dribbling it down. Coming to his right, blows past the defense. Good play with the right hand. Can't get it to go. No foul call either. Not a great look for Trey Mann there. Here comes Sam Merrill bringing it down the other way. Coming to his right, leaves it off to Lonzo Ball. They swing it over to Hunter. Now over to Garland. Garland on the left wing. Coming to his right. Swings it over to Thomas Bryant. The left corner 3. An audacious shot. But he knocks it down. Thomas Bryant let that thing fly confidently. And you could see why by knocking it down. Here comes the Hornets. Here come the Hornets bringing it down. Abe said, or maybe they got into our business with the Donovan Mitchell thing. True. True. Abe said Adam Silver gave them all those number ones in a row. 3 in a 4-year span. 3 in a 4-year span. 2 in a row. Then they had 1 year off, and then they got a third one. We'll never see a run like that again. And they completely botched one of them with the Anthony Bennett pick. I don't know why, but Anthony Bennett highlights hit my timeline today. Don't know why that happened, but it was funny when I saw it. Here comes Trey Mann bringing it down with 5 minutes to go, y'all. 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Trey Mann up top being guarded by Garland. They get it over to James. James, jab step, being guarded by Merrill. And they're trying to get it to Miller, and they call a foul on DeAndre Hunter, trying to battle through the screens, and Hunter does not understand the foul call. But they're in the bonus. The Hornets are in the bonus, so it's going to be free throws for Trey Mann here. Davey said, meanwhile, we drop every year and haven't had one since 1985. Yeah, the inaugural lottery that the Knicks won, and the Knicks has never moved up in the lottery since. Yep. Brandon Miller at the foul line. Brandon Miller at the foul line, not, I thought it was going to be Trey Mann. It's Brandon Miller at the foul line, and he misses a free throw. Diabate back in the game. He comes in for Zion James. Diabate really the only big man left on this team. They don't have Ryan Kalkbrenner. He's out with an injury. They've lost Mason Plumlee. Diabate probably going to have to play the remainder of the game here. Miller does knock down the second free throw. 86 to 83 was my score off there. Under 5 to go. Garland has it up top, being guarded by Josh Green. Coming to his right. Trey Mann switches onto him. Now coming to his left. They swing it over to Merrill, attacking Green off the bounce. Gets all the way to the rim. Scoop layup, got it to go. And that is the threat of Sam Merrill, who has yet to hit a three-point shot tonight, but Josh Green playing so close to him, Merrill able to blow past him and get the layup. Step back 3 for Trey Mann. Straight away. Can't get it to go. A rebound for DeAndre Hunter. Hit ahead to Garland. Garland bringing it down. Miller is going to pick him up. Garland coming to his left off the Thomas Bryant screen. They swing it over to Miller. Miller hesitates from 3, attacking Salaun off the bounce to the basket. Scoop layup, got it to go for Brandon Miller. Oh, for DeAndre Hunter. Color scheme is throwing me all the way off. A 7-point lead is opened back up here for the Cleveland Cavaliers, 90 to 83. Trey Mann has it up top. DeAndre Hunter switches onto him. They're trying to get it to Brandon Miller. They're trying to attack Darius Garland. They swing it over to Salaun. They get it over to Diabate. Diabate hands it off to Mann. Mann coming to his left, down the lane, throws up a tough contested floater. Way off, can't get it to go. Doesn't hit the rim, and it's a shot clock violation. Under 4 to go here. Forgot to restart the timer. Under 4 to go now. Jeff Brown said, I don't like Boston, and the Knicks are second. Once you play a team in the playoffs, that just hatred just kind of sits there, man. Kind of sits there. Jeff Brown said, groin sore. Plumlee is out. That's what I thought it was. I thought he pulled the groin there. Yeah, so he's not returning to the game, if anybody in the chat is still wondering. Diabate jumps the passing lane, gets a steal, and an easy two-hand flush the other way. Sloppy play for the Cavs there. 5-point lead, 90 to 85. Lonzo's back in the game. They're out there with Lonzo, Merrill, Donovan Mitchell, DeAndre Hunter, and Thomas Bryant. Get over to Merrill, swings over to Mitchell. Mitchell right wing 3. He's in the game, and he gets right back to business, knocking down the 3 there, back up by 8. Here comes Trey Mann bringing it down. Trey Mann dancing with it against Merrill, coming to his left, leaves it up top to Miller. Miller straightaway three, knocks it down, but they wave it off, and they say an off-ball foul on the Charlotte Hornets there. Unfortunate for the Hornets. Trying to battle back here. Jay Hammer said maybe Charlotte will trade for Embiid to get another injured dude. I don't know if any team is interested in Joel Embiid right now. And the officials are going to go take a look at this at the monitors. DeAndre Hunter got hit in the head, and it looks like he's bleeding. Oh, yeah, there's blood all over the place right now. I'll tell you what, he had elbows high. DeAndre Hunter's soaking blood right now in the court as he got elbowed in the face. If I don't know if they are, but if they rule this a flagrant 2 and they kick Diabate out of the game, nah, that's incidental. If anything, that's a flagrant 1. I don't know. In order to call this a flagrant 2, I think you have to rule this intentional. I don't think this is intentional. I think he just has his arms high. DeAndre Hunter, just unfortunately wrong place, wrong time. I do think they'll rule this a flagrant 1, considering there's blood involved. It is contact to the head. All that usually is an indicator that it'll end up being a flagrant. It didn't look intentional at all. Diabate wasn't even looking at him. He just kind of set the screen and turned and rolled to the rim. Just had his arms up high. Made contact with Hunter's face. Just an unfortunate situation. Jay Hammer said, Hunter going to be healthy for the New York game? Everybody's always healthy for the New York game. My timer's sticking too far. 3:12 to go. My bad. 3 minutes to go. Yeah, flagrant foul 1. Figured it was going to be a flagrant foul 1. Are they in the bonus? It is an off-ball foul, so I think they're just going to get the ball back. I don't think it's... Well, flagrant fouls, does that indicate 2 free throws in the ball? You rarely see flagrant fouls in a non-shooting situation. AB said, glad to see the Mavericks suffering after they ripped us off. Once you anger the basketball gods like that, man, luck is no longer on your side. Once you anger the basketball gods, luck is no longer on your side. That's for sure. Dre, what's up, Dre? Let's go, Knicks. I'm rooting for them. Even tonight, I guess I'm rooting for them. Always going to be rooting for them. All right, we got the flagrant foul call. What are we doing? What are we doing? Can we get back to the basketball? The sweat on all these guys is already dried up because the refs are taking so long. What are we doing? I get it. You called the flagrant foul 1. What is the process now? Why is there all this standing around? I think they need DeAndre Hunter back on the court. Is that the issue? Because he's already back in the locker room. And the 2 coaches are talking with the officials right now. If Hunter's not in the game for these free throws, does that mean he can't come back into the game? Because usually it's taking free throws. Or if you don't take the free throws, even after foul, you're incapable of coming back in the game. Fung Pei, what's up, Fung Pei? Fung Pei said, here's DeAndre Hunter, your emerges from the locker room. Get back on that court, big dog. Fung Pei said, slapped your light because you show reverence to ball gods. Oh, DeAndre Hunter has to take the free throws because he was the one with the flagrant foul. He's the one who got flagrantly fouled. So he's at the foul line for 2. There he is. There he is. He reemerged from the locker room like Willis Reed. He knocks down the first free throw. Got another one coming. DeAndre Hunter calmly goes 2 for 2 from the foul line, and the Cavs get the ball back. All right, here we go. The Cavs get the ball back. Lonzo Ball will inbound it. The longest flagrant foul situation I've ever seen in my life. Can we get to it? Lonzo will inbound it. Gets it into Mitchell. Here we go. 3 minutes to go. Mitchell has it up top. A 10-point lead for Cleveland. Dancing with it. Crosses over to his left. Crosses back over to his right. Pulls it back out. Up top. Down low to Lonzo. Lonzo in the paint. Kicks it out to Merrill. Merrill going along the baseline. Kicks it over to Hunter. Kicks it back out. Now back to Hunter. Hunter, a right wing 3. Fading away. Got it to go. DeAndre Hunter. Quick 5 points since coming back into the game. Now Trey Mann coming to his right off the Abate screen. They swing it over to Salaun. Left corner 3. He's been on fire from 3. Can't get that one to go. Loose ball. Rebound. Battle for it. Knocked out of bounds. And they're going to give it back to the Hornets here. With 2:40 to go. Trey Mann gets it into Miller. Miller kicks it out to Diabate. Diabate hands it off to Miller. Miller crosses over to his right after Diabate handoff. Throws up the baseline floater, and he got it to go down. Here comes Merrill bringing it down. Merrill hit ahead to Hunter. Hunter on the left wing being guarded by Salaun. Coming to his right. They swing it over to Merrill. Merrill coming to his right in the lane. Pump fake, leans in, goes up. Can't get the layup to go. Salaun with the rebound. Gets it over to Trey Mann. Trey Mann will bring it down. Down by 11, the Charlotte Hornets are. They swing it over to Miller. Miller, a left wing 3, splashes it. And is that another loose ball foul in the Cavaliers? Oh my goodness. The 3rd time it's happened tonight where the Hornets have shot up a 3 and knocked it down. The 3rd time a shot has gone down for the Charlotte Hornets. Oh no, it was a foul on Salaun. Okay, the commentary team doesn't know what's going on. So the basket counts, but it was a foul on Tidjane Salaun. They swing it over to Merrill. Now back to Mitchell. Mitchell knocks down a 3. He gets those 3 points right back. 111 to 90. 140 to go. 145 to go. They swing it up top to Salaun. Salaun driving to his left, putting his head down. Bump Euro, puts up the floater. Too strong, can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Kicked out of bounds by Diabate. It's going to go back to the Cavs here. So the Cavs will bring it down here. Donovan Mitchell tonight, 27 points. He is 6 for 9 from three-point range. He is feeling it. Haven't seen LaMelo Ball in a while. Donovan Mitchell has it up top. Dancing with it against Zion James. Crosses over to his left. Euro is in the lane. They swing it around. Thomas Bryant, the right corner 3. Can't get that one to go down. Battle for the rebound. Diabate pulls it out. Here comes Zion James, bringing it down the other way. Leaves it off for Diabate. Diabate has it up top. Pass fake, driving it down, kicks it out. Salaun kicks it over to James. James back to Salaun. Salaun crosses over to his left, driving it down against Hunter to the basket. Swings it out. Nice pass from him to Green. Green a 3. Got it to go. Nice driving kick for Tidjane Salaun, and Green rewards him by knocking down the 3. Under a minute to go. Here in this 3rd quarter, Mitchell has it up top. Mitchell coming to his right. A pull-up 3 for him. Can't get it to go. But there was a foul on the Hornets there, so Cavs will have the ball on the sideline. Oda Austin said, we got a game tomorrow against the Timberwolves. We do. We do. William Weaverfield. What's up, William? You mean to tell me Brandon Miller can get not one rebound? Apparently not. Apparently not, Will. I don't know what's going on with Brandon Miller tonight, but all he really wants to do is shoot this ball. Mitchell has it up top. Dancing with it against Salaun. Loses the handle. Good defense from Salaun. Green flips it over his head. Terrible decision from Josh Green there. He thought he was Magic Johnson for a second there. Why did he do that? Just pick up the ball. No need to do that. Here comes Lonzo Ball pushing the pace down the other way. Kicks it out. Thomas Bryant, right corner three, wide open. And now that's 2 for 3 from three-point range for Thomas Bryant. And Cleveland up by 11, holding true with his lead so far. Holding on to it. Miller has it up top. He's going to wind down the clock as much as he can. About a 7-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Now, sure, you have to run down the time here. Miller steps back, dancing with it against Donovan Mitchell. Puts up the straightaway three right between his eyes. He knocks it out. No, they call it a long two. They say toe on the line. 9 seconds to go. Lonzo gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell has it up top. He's going to quickly look to attack. Stop, leans in, pulls back, straightaway three. Can't get it to go. Long rebound over to Hunter. Hunter puts it up. Can't get it to go. No foul call. He's looking for the foul. He doesn't get it. And a rebound for the Hornets will end the third period there. 95-104. A 9-point lead for the Cleveland Cavaliers here, who has held possession majority of the night. As a matter of fact, we could even check that stat here when we go to the team stats. These are tomorrow's games. Look back at today's games. Has the game ended? No. This is the earliest start time to a game. Pacers, Celtics. Celtics clawing their way back into it. It's down to 12. Mavericks with a slight lead over the Pelicans. We want to look at the team stats. Wanted to look at the time of possession. 70% of the way, the Cleveland Cavaliers have held the lead so far today. 70% of the way. Only 17% of the time has Charlotte held the lead. The other 13% of the time, it has been a tied ball game. So Cleveland has held the advantage majority of the night. They should be able to pull this one off if we don't see a fourth quarter disaster here. With this, the way the Cavaliers season has gone so far, you can't discount it. Back to a 10-point game. Pacers, Celtics, inching in closer. Mavs Pelicans are at halftime. Should be getting Jazz Nuggets tipping off any second now. Davis with 22 first half points. Cooper Flag with 7. 7-3-3 for Flag in the first half. Najee Marshall was 6-2-5. Only the Knicks could get themselves a Najee Marshall or a Sadiq Bey. One of the two. Give me one of the two. And I'll be happy moving forward. Then we're on our way to a championship. Then we're on our way to a championship for sure with one of those two guys. Ryan Nembhard, zeros across the board. Can't buy basket tonight. He's got 0 points. Does have 6 assists. 3 turnovers, a little high. 6 assists, though. Finally put a point guard in there, and look what happened to Cooper Flag. Jeff Brown said, play way better than have in a little while. You mean the Cavs tonight? They've been playing better? Klay Thompson with 20 points off the bench as well. 2 20-point scores in the first half for the Mavericks, and they only lead by 6. Not the greatest sign. Not a great sign if you're a Cavs fan there. I mean, a Mavs fan. Cavs playing better than they have in a little while, Jeff. I mean, you did have those really rough Bulls games. But you did have Sam Merrill back. He might be the difference maker. You know, we talked about earlier during the pregame about how important Max Strus is just for how the team looks and how they could spread the court with Strus out there. Here we go. We're back into it. Pass down low to Mitchell. Mitchell gets the layup to go over Knippel and the foul to start the quarter off. So Donovan Mitchell going to the foul line for one more. Start of the fourth quarter. Not a great start for the Hornets if they want to mount a comeback here. Mitchell at the foul line for his and one free throw. And he rattles it in. A 12-point lead has opened up here for the Cavs. I believe this ties their largest lead of the game. Ball has it up top. He's back in to start the fourth. LaMelo gets it over to Zion. James back to LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball dancing with it against Mitchell, who switches onto him. He's putting his head down, attacking. Goes to the lane, but gets fouled on the floor. So no shot attempt for LaMelo Ball. It's 4 fouls on Mitchell. Could end up being a big momentum swing. Get over to LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball up top. Being guarded by his brother Lonzo. Dean Wade now switches onto him. Wade dancing with it. LaMelo crosses over. Down the lane. Scoop layup with the right hand. Got it to go. LaMelo looking for a foul call. He's not going to get it. Got to get back on defense. Here comes DeAndre Hunter bringing it down. Hunter on the left wing being guarded by Salaun. Goes past the defense, down the lane, flips it over the basket, gets another layup, and the foul for DeAndre Hunter. He's going to the foul line for one more. Cavs now putting their head down, going to the basket, and drawing fouls. AB said, I got the Charlotte Hornets hat from 92-93. That is an old hat. Brother, your hat is older than me. Your hat is older than me. You got hats older than me. Get over to DeAndre Hunter, who knocks down the free throw. 13-point lead for the Cleveland Cavaliers, as I believe this is now the largest lead of the game. Ball on the right wing. They get over to Bridges. Bridges high post being guarded by Lonzo. Down the lane, puts up the floater, gets blocked by Tomlin, but a goaltend on Naquan Tomlin. AB said, I got a Pat Ewing 95. Also older than me. Here come the Cavs bringing it down, who are moving and grooving in the second half here. Wade has it up top, hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell lobs it over the top to Wade, kicks it back out to Lonzo Ball. They swing it over to Hunter. Jab step, pulls it back on Knippel, fall away two. Oh my goodness, DeAndre Hunter took the rookie to school there. Here comes Miles Bridges bringing it down, up top. Backing down Ball. Backing him down, in the lane, leans in, layup, can't get it to go, but a foul on Lonzo will send Bridges to the foul line for two. Anamona said, Giants or Jets? In my lifetime, the Jets have always stunk. Giants have at least had some good years, brought home some championships, as Miles Bridges misses a free throw. If you want to mount the comeback, Charlie, you can't be missing free throws. So I'm a super casual football fan. I don't lean one way or the other, but I am rooting for the Giants. I would root for the Giants. Bridges knocks down the second free throw at least. It cuts it to 12, 10:30 to go here in the fourth. Time not on the side of the Hornets here. Mitchell has it up top. Salaun switched onto him. They get over to Wade. Wade hesitates from three, now driving it down. They kick it out to Mitchell. Mitchell, no-look pass inside the Lonzo Ball. It gets swatted at the rim by Miles Bridges. Now here comes Miles Bridges. They swing it over to Knippel in transition for a three on the left wing. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. LaMelo skies for a rebound. Lonzo able to pick it up, bringing it down the other way. Lonzo pulls it out, shoves it over to Dean Wade as the trailer for a straightaway three, and he knocks it down. 15-point deficit for the Hornets now. Under 10 to go in this fourth. Miles Bridges rushing it the other way, hands it off to Knippel. Knippel hesitates from three, swing it up top to LaMelo. Ball up top, coming to his right, dancing with it against Tomlin, who switches onto him. LaMelo steps back for a deep three. Off the side of the rim, can't get it to go. DeAndre Hunter catches a long rebound, and he's bringing it down left side of the court. Bridges will pick him up, leaves it off to Lonzo up top. They swing it over to Wade. Wade, back to Lonzo. Lonzo back to Hunter. Hunter on the left wing. Jab step, puts it up anyway. Got it to go, and this one is on its way of blowing all the way open against the Hornets here. 9:28 to go. We'll give the Hornets a little bit of time here to mount the comeback, but it's not looking good for them so far. Arrow Bubba, what's up, Arrow? Does anyone know if Brandon Miller not playing this game or something? He is playing, brother. He is playing. Jeff Brown said, let's go, Cavs. A much-needed victory. A much-needed victory. And not just a regular victory. Not just a regular victory. A victory in which the Cavs have played well. Cavs have played well tonight. Inferior competition in the Charlotte Hornets, but they have played well for sure. 9:28 to go. We can go over the box score real quick here. So Brandon Miller's played 23 minutes. He's got 18 points. He does have 0 rebounds to go along with those 3 assists. 2 for 4 from three-point range. Bridges with 10, 6, and 4. He's 4 for 12. LaMelo, who was hot to start the game, he's hit 6 threes tonight. He's 6 for 9 from three-point range. That's going to help his shooting splits. 23 points, 4 boards, 6 assists, but not doing a whole lot to help his team win the basketball game right now. He's only played 22 minutes. It was really inconsistent when we've seen LaMelo Ball out there, considering the way he's played. God love me. What's up, love? Mero, 22 minutes, 4 points is a crime? I mean, Mero's just coming back from injury, and he's a role player. Did you expect Sam Mero to go off? He's a role player to begin with, and then he's coming off of an injury. Arrow Bubble said, dang, I have Brandon over 2.5 rebounds. The second guy to come in and say they had Brandon Miller rebounds. Yeah, he's not interested in going in the paint tonight for whatever reason. Not interested in rebounding. Sitar Vincent, what's up, Sitar? Let's go Cavs, minus 10.5. I mean, they're on their way. They're for sure on their way. Up 18 right now, 118 to 100 with 9:30 to go. Love said, sub bro, just needed 5 points from him. 5 points from Merrill. I mean, he could still get it. He's likely to play a decent amount here in the fourth quarter. Even if it is a blowout, I could see him being in the game. Played 22 minutes tonight. You need him for 5 points. I could see him hitting a 3 here. He's due for 1. He's 0 for 4 tonight. I could see it happening. Here we go. We're checking back into the game now. Arrow said, do you think Brandon will get back in? He's still in the game right now. He's in the game right now. Can he get 3 rebounds in this stretch? That's the thing I don't think will happen. He's had no interest in rebounding tonight. Knipple has it up top. We're back into it. And it looks like Cleveland's resorting to a 2-3 zone here. Knipple catches it, a straightaway 3, knocks it down. Tough shot for Knipple, just turned and fired. Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Knipple. Crosses over to his right, steps back for a 3, looking for an answer. Can't get that one to go. Diabate with the rebound. Here comes LaMelo Ball bringing it down the other way. Ball has it on the left wing. Dancing with it as Tomlin switched on to him. They lob it up top to Miles Bridges. Gets the layup and the foul. Hornets quickly battling back after the timeout. Bridges going to the foul line for one more. Down to 13. He can cut it to 12. Williams said, shaking my head. And Brandon Miller rebounds. Yeah, he's had, for whatever reason, he's had no interest tonight. Love said, new to the channel, live from Chi-Town. Appreciate you, love. Appreciate you. We stream Monday through the weekend, 6 days a week. 6 days a week. Mostly cover Knicks games, but on the nights where the Knicks don't play, we go around the league. We cover as many basketball games as we can throughout the year. Here we go. Under 9 to go. Garland is back in. Mitchell to the bench. Jarrett Allen also back in. Lonzo Ball has it up top, being guarded by his brother LaMelo Ball. Swing it over to Jarrett Allen. Leans in. Ball knocked loose by Diabate. And they call a foul on Diabate. They're going to give him free throws? They are going to give him free throws. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Munira? What's up, Munira? Hornets got it. Not looking good. Not looking good so far, but they're not dead in the water yet. DeAndre Hunter and Donovan Mitchell both back on the bench. Jarrett Allen does go 2 for 2 from the foul line. LaMelo Ball bringing it down. He has it up top being guarded by Garland. They get over to Knipple. Back to LaMelo Ball. Ball up top. Swing through to his left. Pocket pass to Diabate. Pass fake in the lane. Takes his 2 steps. Layup off glass. Can't get it to go. Wild shot from Diabate. Not the time to practice your wild shots, Diabate. Lonzo Ball shot out of a cannon. Swing it over to Tomlin. Up top to Dean Wade. Dean Wade. And fakes the handoff to Lonzo. Now they get over to Jarrett Allen. Wild pass. Allen able to save it to Dean Wade, though. They get it up top to Lonzo. Lonzo gets it over to Allen. Allen attacking to his right, behind his back to his left. Loses the handle. Diabate comes up with the screen. LaMelo, home run pass. Miller catches, lays it up. 12-point game. 120 to 108. Garland has it up top, being guarded by LaMelo. Crosses over to his right off the Allen screen. Pump fake, steps through, over to Allen. Garland throws the pass away. Home run pass from Knipple, hit head to LaMelo. LaMelo pulls it out, steps back. Left corner 3, wide open. They leave him open, and he can't make him pay, missing the 3. Lonzo with a good, strong rebound inside against Diabate, and he's going to bring it down. Would have been a huge momentum shot. They get over to Garland. Garland up top, being guarded by Miller. They swing it over to Jarrett Allen. And a timeout from Cleveland right now. Their offense has looked clunky. CEO King said 19-0, Denver over Utah. This can happen again to Utah. There's no way. That boy said, where's Merrill? He is not in the game right now. I can see him coming back into the game at some point, though, especially for Lonzo. Lonzo not playing all that well right now. This can happen again. This can happen again to Utah. Obviously happened earlier in the season, not too long ago. Utah when they played the Knicks, and the Knicks started, what was it, 23-0? They finally scored, Utah, 24-3. When did that happen, though? Where's the play-by-play? When did that happen? Bryce Sensabaugh made a 3, and Murray made a 3, so White 5 points off the board. So it started 19-0. Denver started the game 19-0 against Utah. How does this keep happening to the Utah Jazz? Sensabaugh had to make a 3. My goodness. Payne Watson is back, by the way, from injury for Denver. Big get back. Easy night for Denver, though. Should be. Strus said, I smell an overtime after a Cavs meltdown? Oof. I don't know about that one. Fat Boy Mars said, need 4 more from him? 4 more from Merrill? We'll see, brother. I'm rooting for you, but we'll see. I could see him getting hot from 3 here to fully pull away from the Hornets. I could also see him not doing anything and the Hornets mounting a little bit of a comeback to get back into it. Student said 19-0, what quarter is the game? In first quarter. First quarter. Started the game 19-0. The Knicks started the game 23-0 against the Jazz. I don't know how this could keep happening to the Utah Jazz. I don't know about an overtime period tonight. I don't know about that. I think a team's going to walk out of here in regulation. I'll phrase it that way. Love said smoking on that Merrill prop bet is not looking good so far unless he can come back into the game at some point here. I do suspect he'll come back into the game for Lonzo at some point, but they could also just kind of put Donovan Mitchell back in the game for Lonzo and then not worry about Merrill the rest of the night. So, looking a little rough. Looking a little rough for sure. Here we go. We're subbing back in here. Jay Hammer said, Bryce, sensible. Yeah, he had enough sense to actually make a shot in that game as opposed to his teammates. Here we go. The Cavs are going to come back into with Dean Wade, Jarrett Allen, Darius, Garland, Lonzo Ball, and Sam Merrill's back in, y'all. Sam Merrill's back in. There you go. A three from Dean Wade off the inbound, and he got it to go. Here comes Tidjane James pushing it the other way. James gets to the Miles Bridges in the post, being guarded by Lonzo. Spins along the baseline, goes up, throws up the floater, got it to go. Trading twos for threes is not where you want to be, though. 7 minutes to go. Garland bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by James. Coming to his left. Garland now coming to his left off the Allen screen. Blows past the defense, down the lane. They swing it out. Dean Wade, another corner three. Comes up short on that one. Bounce on the rim a second time. Battle for the rebound. James knocks it over to Miller. Miller grabs a rebound. There's a rebound from Miller. James has it on the right wing, attacking to his left. Down low to Bridges, who gets fouled by Garland. Will send Bridges to the foul line for two with 6:30 to go. We're approaching the halfway point here in this fourth quarter. Retro Trozen, what's up, Retro? Need Miles Bridges rebound? I think you're pretty good on that. He'll likely stay in this game for at least another 3 or 4 minutes. Hornets will try to pull off a miracle here. Bridges knocks down both free throws, pulling them within 11. 6:30 to go. Allen has it up top. Hands it off to Merrill. Merrill spins, swings it over to Lonzo Ball. Lonzo on the right wing, coming to his left. They leave him. He puts up the three, and Lonzo knocks it down. And everything going in for Cleveland right now. Tidjane James up top, being guarded by Garland. Coming to his left, driving it down, just trying to bully his way to the basket. Spins, goes up, loses the handle. Knipple trying to save it. It's out of bounds. It's going to stay. It's going to go back to the Cavs here. Knipple trying to do all he can. We're not in the faded fifth quarter. We're in the fourth quarter. My bad. 126, 112, 6 minutes to go. And we are past the halfway point of this fourth quarter. And the Hornets trail by the largest lead of the game, 14 right now. Reverse layup for Dean Wade, gets fouled by Diabate. Will send him to the foul line for two. So 2 free throws for Dean Wade here. Knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. LaMelo back on the bench. Limiting his minutes. Interesting. Trying to instill probably I don't know, playing in the right way. You know, with how little he's played tonight, my goodness. Especially considering he's had it going offensively. Knipple up top, feeds it over to Miller. Miller at the foul line. Leaning in against Merrill, fall away jumper, got blocked. And Dean Wade picks up the rebound. Here comes Garland. 5:30 to go. Garland, cross-court pass. Wade walks into a pull-up three in transition, knocks it down, and now the threes are a-flowing for Cleveland and a timeout for the Charlotte Hornets. That might put a pin in them as they're now down by 19, the largest lead of the game. Kane Henderson, what's up, Kane? Is Donovan in? Donovan has not been in so far. Started the fourth quarter, came out early in the fourth quarter. Has not been in the game yet, and he might not return with this 19-point lead that's been built up by Cleveland right now. Love said, jumped on that Merrill under, saw this coming, love the chat. Room for you, Love, room for you. Rennie Main, what's up, Rennie? Is Moussa coming back? Moussa Diabate? I need him for one more rebound. Diabate is not in the game right now. Probably won't come back in. Maybe he will. Hard to say. He is the only center in their rotation right now. Does that say Mason Plumlee coming back into the game? He is out. I thought he was out with the groin injury. Love said, are you doing the Christmas game, bro? Christmas Day games, bro. Absolutely, Love. Absolutely. We will be here for the Christmas Day games the way we are here every night during the week. We will be here for the Christmas Day games. We are doing the Knicks game. We're probably going to do San Antonio versus OKC. Then I'll maybe take a couple of games off and then do the late game. We'll see. We'll see. We'll plan it out. Rick James, what's up, Rick? 5:30 to go here. Salaun on the left wing, attacking to his right off the bounce. Kick it out to Trey Mann, now attacking to his left in the lane, gets caught in the air, kicks it out. Josh Green, a left wing three, well short. Trey Mann with a long rebound. Trey Mann crosses over to his left, goes along the baseline. Tough contested floater, gets a nice friendly bounce off the front of the rim. Trey Mann looking for a foul. Doesn't get it, but he does get the bucket. Here come the Cavs bringing it down the other way. Knipple back on the bench as well. Liam McNeely is in the game. Pat Connaughton is in the game. This is the white flag for the Charlotte Hornets here. No LaMelo, no Knipple. 3 for Dean Wade, can't get it to go. Garland out of bounds when he saves the ball. So it's going to go back to the Hornets here. 4:40 to go. Love said Brunson points and assists going to be free money. I mean, it is on 99% of the nights. As a Knicks fan, brother. As a Knicks fan, we watch every single Knicks game as well. Trey Mann up top, crossing over to his left, behind the back pass. Tidjane Salaun, a 3, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Pat Connaughton with a long rebound. Bullet pass inside from Trey Mann. Gets knocked out of the air. It's going to stay here with the Hornets. 4:22 to go. Trey Mann gets it into Salaun. Salaun gets it back to Mann. Mann attacking to his left. Tries to kick it out to Green. Ball knocked out of the air. Green able to pick it up. No look pass to McNeely. They run him off the line to the basket. Flips it up to the left hand of the buzzer, and he gets it to go down. Nice drive from Liam McNeely. It is a 15-point deficit for the Charlotte Hornets, but they don't have any of their normal rotation guys out there. They have Trey Mann, Josh Green, Liam McNeely, Tidjane Salaun as the center with Pat Connaughton. Garland driving to his left in the lane, leans in, flips it up at the basket, looking for a foul, doesn't get it. Loose ball. Here comes the Hornets. Trey Mann streaking down the left side to get over to Connaughton. Transition right wing 3. Pat Connaughton. Welcome back, Pat Connaughton. It's down to 12 with 3:30 to go. Game not over. We get a full timeout for Cleveland. Davey said LaMelo Ball has done absolutely nothing for that franchise. Not a thing. Nothing. I'll tell you what, though. Brought some entertainment. He sold some tickets, and that is pretty dang important when you're running a business. Sold some tickets. Sold some tickets. Hasn't done much else, but he sold some tickets. People like going to watch LaMelo, even in losses. But I'll tell you what, that feeling is definitely subsiding in year 5 now. In year 5 now, looking for some victories. Right? The moral victories, the watch the young kid develop, he's super fun, entertaining. That's kind of fading. That's kind of fading with LaMelo. They're now at a point where they're like, can you lead us to some wins? Can you be a leader on this team? Unless he changes something around, I don't see him staying on this Hornets team much longer. He said, should the Sacramento Kings or the Charlotte Hornets hire Tom Thibodeau? I don't think Tom Thibodeau has a single interest at 67 years old of coaching a really small franchise that doesn't have a good outlook like the Charlotte Hornets or the Sacramento Kings. I could see him, maybe the Hornets if they move on from LaMelo. I don't think Tom Thibodeau wants anything to do with LaMelo Ball. I could see him, Washington, I think, is more of an interesting team for Tom Thibodeau. They got some good young players. Sarr looks interesting. He's having a good year. Keyshawn George is having a good year. They put Bub Carrington in the starting lineup. Washington could be interesting. Here we go. We're back into it. Garland bringing it down. He has it up top to get it up. Donovan Mitchell also back in the game. Merrill is also in the game. They lob it up top. Jarrett Allen, big two-handed hammer. Nice lob pass for Darius Garland there. McNeely rushing it down. Hands it off to Connaughton. Connaughton gets it over to Mann. Mann dancing with it. Coming to his left off a Salaun screen. Got a lane to the basket. Step back, pump fake, steps through, scoop lay with the left hand. Got it to go. Ballpark move for Trey Mann. He's back at the park. Here comes Garland bringing it down against Mann. And he draws the foul on him, a reach-in foul, playing too close. Reaching with your hands. Ricky Rosales. What's up, Ricky? Should the Hornets fire their coach? No, they just hired him, didn't they? Isn't this only his second season? I don't think the coach is the issue. I think the roster is the issue. Abe said he's great. He's a great rebuilding coach. I think you have to have a decent roster, though. He's not going to take a terrible roster and make it decent. Garland rattles in the first free throw. Got to have a decent roster. I think Washington would be an interesting one. Thomas Bryant coming in, Mitchell coming out, and it looks like they're pulling out their guys again, serenaded. Mitchell back out after a quick, minute and a half stint there. Wade comes out. Craig Porter Jr. in after not playing the entire night. Jarrett Allen is also back out. Tomlin is in. We got 3 minutes to go, so we might as well write it out. Looks like Cleveland will pull this one out. Garland knocks down both free throws. Here comes Trey Mann. 2:50 to go. Get over to Salaun. Salaun being guarded by Thomas Bryant. Hands it off to McNeely. McNeely coming to his left. Driving it down. Euro steps in the lane. Kicks it in the corner to Green. Green, right corner three. Sit down. Josh Green. Nice to have him back for the Hornets. An 11-point game with 2:30 to go. And a timeout for Cleveland again. All right. What do we do? Why are we extending this game? 11-point game. An 11-point game. Not out of the realm of possibility we see something crazy happen. Not impossible. Not impossible. Normally, where's my score off? Normally, I'd probably call it here. We'd probably end the show. But I'm not going to do that. I have a weird feeling. It's an 11-point game. Another 3, it makes it 8. Another 3, it makes it 5. And there's still 2.5 to go here in the fourth. Josh Green, Trey Mann with 10. Connaughton hits a 3. Cavs put in their end of the bench guys already. Garland's still out there. He's got 27 and 10. Great night for Darius Garland. Mitchell with 30. LaMelo Ball with 23 in limited minutes tonight for whatever reason. Maybe the defense, maybe the decision making, who knows, but Melo not playing a whole lot. Here we go. We're checking back in here. Proctor comes in for Garland. Maybe he called the timeout to get Garland out of the game. Get it into Bryant. Bryant coming to his left. Hands it off to Tyrese Proctor. Driving to his right, down the lane, pump fake. Fly-by defense from Salaun, and Proctor got the layup. All right, that might be over after that. Trey Mann bringing it down as we're approaching the 2-minute mark. Trey Mann hands it off to McNeely. McNeely coming to his right off the Connaughton screen. Spins coming to his left. Up top to Mann. Mann dancing with it. In and out. Coming to his right. Leans in. Puts up the floater. Comes up short. Gets his tip. Can't get it to go. Grabs his own offensive rebound, though, and pulls it out as we're under 2 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Down by 12. McNeely settles for a deep straightaway 3. Can't get it to go. Trey Mann comes flying in. Can't hold on to the rebound, and it goes out of bounds going back to the Cavs. So as we approach a minute, we're on the verge of calling this one. Proctor's bringing it down, though. 1:40 to go. Proctor coming to his right. Gets it over to Bryant. Hands it off to Craig Porter Jr. Craig Porter Jr. dancing with it. Nowhere to go with it. Get it out to Proctor. Proctor's going to dance with it. Steps back straightaway 3 over McNeely. Airballs it. Student said, "What? Russell Westbrook is with the Kings." He is. Trey Mann bringing it down. It is a 13-point deficit. Trey Mann walks into a deep straightaway 3. Knocks it down. Down to 10. Craig Porter bringing it down. Looking for some magic. Your Hornets fan here. All the Cavs have to do is take care of the ball. Wind down the clock. Porter Jr. driving it down, loses the handle, picks it back up to the basket, gets the layup, and we're going to call it there. Now a 12-point lead, unless 4 threes happen in succession here. As McNeely's going to take it all the way, slips, almost falls. They swing it around. Mann doesn't take the 3, back out to Connaughton. He doesn't take the 3, they run him off the line. Connaughton kicks it out to Mann. Shot clock winding down, game clock winding down. He comes up short, long rebound. McNeely picks it up, he heaves up another 3, knocks that one down. 9-point game. 9-point game. 40 seconds to go. But we're going to call it there. This game is over. Do I trust the Hornets to play good, disciplined defensive basketball? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So we're going to call it here. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. We don't really have to go over the box scores in this one. As the biggest highlights are LaMelo with 23 and 9, Miller with 21 and 3. Donovan Mitchell with 34 and 5. Garland with 27, 5, and 10. Pretty good nights for the Stars, but ultimately the Cleveland Cavaliers pulled it out. They're probably going to score 140 tonight. The defense has been non-existent for both sides. Charlotte also scored 130. My goodness. Boston's come all the way back to tie it up against Indiana. We can go around the league real quick before we sign off. It is tied at 91. Boston will likely pull that one out. We'll see. The Mavs up by 6 on the Pelicans. Okay. Derek Queen with 13 and 8. You love to see it. The Nuggets put up 50 already to 27 against the Jazz. And like so many times so far this year, that the Jazz I've already lost. My goodness. JR, what's up, JR? And with that, it's going to end our night. Not much else to really go over as this game has officially ended 139-132. 7-point victory for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Shout out to all of the channel members, and I have yet to add the other channel members. I got to do that. I definitely have to do that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Didn't end up being the greatest game. It was fine. Another night in the NBA. We didn't have a ton of options. The Pacers-Celtics game looks close. That could have been interesting. Mavericks-Pelicans could have been interesting just for the young guys. But, again, not great games to go around here tonight. We do have the Knicks taking on the Timberwolves tomorrow, so we have that to look forward to. But I appreciate you guys. Again, as always, we're going to cover games, whether it's a good slate of games or not, right? Maybe occasionally we'll wave a white flag and say, okay, we'll take the night off. But this game was decent enough. Keeping track of what's going on with the Cavs is also interesting because I do believe they're better than what their record says. But, you know, sometimes you are what your record says you are. And right now it says that they're a slightly above average team. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. Susan, I Like Shoes, Rick James, AP, Justice's dad, Lano Monis, Ricky, everyone. Love, what's up, Love? Stir Show. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me tonight. And what was like, I don't know, a little underwhelming night, a little underwhelming game. You don't always get a banger. You don't always get a banger every single night. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. We will do it all over again tomorrow. Remember to brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated. And I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.